This presentation is brought to you by Smoooth Productions.
The last Wednesday of the month, so you know what time it is. It's time for you to go ahead and enter into the man cave. As always, a Smoooth Production.
Alright, so it's the Man Cave coming to you live from the Platinum Sports Network. My bad, Smooth. I won't mess it up no more. I got you, man. I got you. You know what?
It's a platinum show, man.
The show is platinum. That's why I keep saying it.
It's about that time.
The cave.
It's about to go down. It's about that time.
In the cave.
It's about that time.
In the cave.
It's about to go down. It's about that time.
In the cave.
Guaranteed to go down. It's about to go down.
In the cave.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, tonight is the last Wednesday of the month of March. Can you believe we're 25% through the year? Craziness. But you know what that means? It's the last one day of the month. Go ahead, go down the steps. Make sure you got your beer in hand because it's time to enter in to the man cave. It's me, your boy, Stanton, reporting live from the 404. From the dirty, the A, where lemon pepper seasoning is all over the place. Or excuse me, I mean pollen. Pollen is going crazy. But real quick, before someone starts sneezing, I want to thank you guys right now for tuning in, whatever method that you're watching us, whether you are watching us on Facebook at the Platform Sports Talk Show, whether you're watching us on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. Twitter just turned 20, ain't that crazy? At 314 Sports Talk, whether you're on Instagram watching us live, at Platform Sports Talk, whether you're listening right now on hot365radio.com, where it's always hot. Yeah. You might be listening to us on there. You might be watching us on their Twitch stream also. And then just also remember, you can catch the latest replay of our most recent show every Sunday at 3 p.m. Or if you're true to this, not new to this, you're watching us on YouTube right now at the Platform Sports Talk Show. And if you are new to this, make sure that you subscribe. And then not only subscribe, click on that bell. So every single time we go live, you, and you, all the way over there, you'll be notified. Real quick, I just want to go ahead and show love, first and foremost, to our number one fan. She barely, if ever, misses a show. So, Miss Dub, I see your comment. Hello. Happy Wednesday to you. Thank you for coming on into the man cave. And since I brought you up, Miss Dub, it's only right that I bring up your number one fan. Ladies and gentlemen, he's the blackest man in radio and the blackest man on this podcast. Please show your love for Craig Black.
Hey, Miss Dub. What's up, Stanton? How you doing, my dude?
What's going on, brother? You eating like you didn't know we was gonna be on the show?
I'm eating.
You know what?
Drinking. Hey, man, I'm feeling good. It's the last Wednesday of the month.
Yeah.
I'm here. It's the man cave, baby. Anything can go down, especially when I got a little drink.
Oh Lord, yeah, we're about to have a good show tonight. Now, Rio will not be joining us on this fine evening. You know, when I know. I know. Who's gonna debate you, Craig? Like who? It's like a little void is here.
Since he ain't here, who gonna fall asleep for us? But go right ahead.
Oh, you would say that when he ain't here. That's crazy. Jab. All right, so yeah, Rio will not be here. We will be seeing Sadal and hopefully maybe T-Bone a little later on in the show. But I'm not going to waste any time. Ladies and gentlemen, you all saw the promo. We've got a special guest in the man cave tonight. He is the standing producer for the morning after on 101 ESPN, a sports management major graduate from the University of Missouri. Shout out to them Tigers. Shout out to Mizzou. Ladies and gentlemen, please show your love and welcome to the show, Mr. Jackson Burkett.
Going on, fellas? What's up? I'm happy to
What's
be.
going on?
I'm happy to be the whitest guy on this podcast. I feel like that's goes without saying. But yeah,
That's a good one.
I thought
like
for a second I was like, man, I thought I might. No, whitest guy. It's all right, and happy to be here, man. This is gonna
You
be a lot
missed
of
the
fun.
blackest by that much.
That's why I was like,
Just a smidgen.
I was like, I feel like I should be in the running. No, it's I'm really happy to be here, man. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Jackson, we are definitely privileged to have you on the show, and we appreciate you for taking time out of your busy schedule to come and kick it with us for a little minute. For those who are watching who may not be aware of TMA, go ahead and explain to them what that is.
Sure. So it's a sports talk show that's been on in St. Louis for 21, coming up on 22 years in St. Louis. It has been on a multitude of different radio stations throughout. It plays more like a podcast than it does a radio show, but we are live on 101 ESPN every morning from 7 to 11 in St. Louis. That's been a new thing for the last couple of years. We've been on 101 ESPN doing a show. It's certainly sports in nature, but we often, it's not, delve into all sorts of nonsense. Kind of like almost like a satirical sports radio show. But when there's important sports topics to talk about, we love talking about it, whether that's St. Louis-based sports, nationally, certainly around college basketball, like March Madness. We love talking about that. So it's really fun to do. And, especially with like radio, in a world where so much opinions or sports opinions are done on like Twitter, Facebook, where it's like you have short amount of times to get your time off. Like the fact that we get to do a 4-hour show every day to like really give our opinion is really fun, and you do it with good people like I get to do. It's really special. So that's the long story of what TMA is.
All right, cool. For those of you who are in the St. Louis area, make sure you tune in every morning on 101 ESPN to hear Jackson and the crew on the TMA show. Now, our super producer, Smoooth, is no stranger to the morning after. He's actually been a call-in correspondent, as I like to call it, a few times, just reporting some of the happenings at some specific SLU games, the chaos at the Chaffetz, as I like to coin it. But just we appreciate you returning the favor for being one of the correspondents on here tonight. Craig. Hold on. Let's see. We've got a comment from Brody. Is that Heman? Herman. 529. Jackson is an elite level human being. Elite up there. Yeah. One of the hardest working men in radio. Make sure to ask him about his Movie Boy podcast and grill him about baseball. I truly love being on the air with him. So I'm guessing you're definitely familiar with your brother right there.
That's Brody. Brody, good dude, man. Shout out to Brody.
Yeah. So tell us about this Movie Boy podcast of yours.
Yeah, you'll notice that he spelled it correctly too. BOI. That's for copyright reasons. I had to switch it from Y to I, which was tough. SEO purposes. Sometimes you got to explain that to folks. I love movies. I love talking about movies. Not like on like I don't like get real into it where like I start getting real nerdy with it, but I get pretty nerdy with it. I love talking about movies, sports movies, any movies really. And I do that once a week. It's in the same. So if you subscribe to TMA, you get it. It's in the same podcast feed. So it's every Saturday, just talking movies with folks. I rotate different co-hosts with it, talk about all sorts of stuff. It's really, really fun.
Hey,
Okay.
I want to join that whenever you see rotate host and all that, man. I'm a
Yeah,
movie.
absolutely, Craig.
I'm like this movie geek. I'm not an historian or anything like that.
Sure.
I love movies. I'm a TV movie dude. You know, I feel like it takes me away from reality. You know what I'm saying? It just takes me to another space. So I don't
100%,
know.
man. It's awesome. What's your favorite movie, Craig?
Oh
Lay it
man,
on
I
me.
was about to, you got it before I was about to ask you, but you got me first. So I tell you my favorite sports movie. My favorite sports
Yeah,
movie.
perfect.
Remember the Titans.
So good.
Remember the Titans. Come on now.
So
That movie is that movie is just it's just classic. And it just happens to be inside of the area that I was born and raised inside the DMV. You know, that TC
For
Williams,
sure.
that's right outside of Washington, DC. And just to learn that history through the movie when I first saw it was kind of incredible. So overall, movies that my number one, damn, that's kind of hard. That's kind of hard. But I'll go comedy. My favorite comedy flick has to be the original Friday, the very first
So
Friday.
good.
The
So
very
good.
first Friday. I mean, come on now. That movie it's my cult classic. It's just everything. Not to mention that the main character's name was Craig. So
Yeah,
you know, it was
no
just
doubt.
that helped out a lot. But
No
you
doubt.
know,
No, let me
so
tell you, I love Friday, man. Let me tell you a quick story about Friday.
Mhm.
I turned 10 years old, and my mother, God bless her, she's the greatest. I love my mom, but she loves herself a bargain, and I opened up a gift on my 10th birthday, and the first thing I see is a price tag that says half off, and I open it. It was the movie Friday. So for my 10th birthday, my mom got me the movie Friday about dealing weed. And I was at 10 years old. I was the only 10-year-old in my elementary school who knew about Bye Felicia. And it was really, really special. So I got to see Friday before, like, my parents didn't let me see R-rated movies all that often. So she just didn't know. And so she just handed me Friday. Cause Ice Cube was on. And at the time when I'm 28 now, but at the time Ice Cube starring in family movies, like Are We There Yet? And a lot of family stuff. She didn't know Ice Cube's previous history. And so I got hip on that way earlier than anyone else. Everyone was like, Ice Cube. I was like, no, you guys got to watch this movie called Friday with Ice Cube. It's the greatest thing you'll ever see.
Telling you, boy, that's one of them. That's one of them.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love Friday, man.
I truly feel, and Jackson, we're relating here. I feel like Friday movies are a rite of passage. When I turned 10, I'll never forget, I watched Friday After Next with my mom on HBO. And I'm guessing she too was familiar with the Are We There Yet Ice Cube and everything. But
yeah,
to see that movie and then just go to school just saying,
it changes a man.
So good, make you want to smack your mama, just quoting all these lines.
I'm gonna say something. Y'all both are killing me, giving me these. Y'all saw Fridays when y'all were 10. It's like I'm over here. I was in my almost 30s when Friday came out, so it's like that's crazy to me to hear y'all was 10 years old when it came out. That's wild.
Well, no, that was Friday After Next.
Friday After Next.
I was young when was I born when Friday came out? I think I might have been fresh out. I think I might have been fresh out when it came out.
I
might have been real little, and but
it's
Friday.
All right, seasoned. You're seasoned.
Yeah,
that's it.
The oldest man on the podcast. That's what I am.
Yeah. I mean, that's fine. That's fine. With age comes wisdom.
Yeah,
they say. But yeah, that's just funny how Jackson watched got Friday on DVD, or was it on VHS? Oh,
DVD.
No, it was on DVD.
I still have DVDs, by the way. But telling you, one day this internet thing's going to crash, and all those movies you have in your Amazon library, they're not going to work anymore. And I'll be over here watching Friday. I'll be over here. I'll have the box sets of all these television shows. I'll be watching Seinfeld until the nuclear bombs are going off, because I got them on DVD. And you just got to make sure those discs don't scratch. You gotta really make sure. You ever put toothpaste on the disc back in the day? Toothpaste on the disc and scrub it out to get that movie to play because you left it too long in your DVD player.
See, you're
That's
saying
crazy.
movies. I did that on my Xbox games back
For
before
sure.
everything was a Blu-ray disc. You had to
For sure.
preserve that disc. Oh man, scratch it up until you can't scratch it up anymore. See,
That's what I'm
like
talking
Miss
about,
Dub
Miss
said,
Dub.
you're
That's
not
what I'm talking
old,
about, Miss
you're
Dub.
seasoned.
Yes.
Okay. We got Mrs. We got the Mrs. in here. Shout out to Jayonce. She's saying, "What's up, fellas? What's up, Jayonce? Hopefully you keeping our super producer straight. You know, he likes to get a little wild from time to time. So hopefully you just holding him down." Jackson is the oldest, youngest person.
I've
They
been
used to
told.
tell me that in middle school. And there's
been
nothing
told.
wrong with it. Wear
Sure,
your
man.
old young man badge with pride.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
But look, Craig, you got Craig with the movie before I give mine, because people look at me crazy when I give my favorite sports movies. Jackson, what is your favorite sports movie?
Favorite sport? It's really tough because there's so many incredible options. Because it's kind of tough to like pick a sport, you know, because I think like boxing movies by and large have like the best movies of any sport. I think
Mhm.
like everything about boxing leads itself to good movies, like one-on-one, you know, underdog stories are so good in boxing movies. There's like a million incredible boxing movies. My favorite movie, sports movie, is Bull Durham, the baseball movie Bull Durham. That's like that's just an all-timer for me. I love the way it talks about baseball. It uses it as like a metaphor for life. I think it's awesome. But like I said, I think boxing movies are the best. And I don't know where people are at this, but I just recently watched this, so it's fresh in my mind. The fact that Creed is so, it was after Sinners came out because I wanted to like rewatch all of Ryan Coogler's stuff.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
I rewatched Creed and I was like, this is a masterpiece. Like, this is amazing. Like, this is like the fact that you had Rocky come out 50 years before that movie, and then you still make Creed, which is like, it captures that same energy just in a whole new character while also incorporating Rocky. I love Creed. It's not my favorite, but I just rewatched it and I think it's fantastic.
Mhm. So let's go back to Bull Durham. Was that Kevin Costner?
Yeah, it's one of
That was
Kevin
Kevin-
Costner's many baseball movies.
Yes, yeah. He's Field of Dreams too, right? Yes.
Field of
Yeah,
Dreams
yeah,
and
yeah.
where he was the old man for the Tigers throwing a perfect game on his last game. It was like he was older in that one.
Yeah,
It was The
he's
Natural,
done
maybe.
a lot of baseball movies.
He's
You're right
done a
about that.
ton. He's done
Yeah.
a ton of sports
If you
movies
build
too.
it,
Tin Cup,
they will
golf
come.
movie. Yeah, yeah. Field of Dreams is out. I was down on Field of Dreams for a long time, and I watched that one again recently, and I was like, I had a stone heart to not think this is amazing.
Well, you know, it's crazy. This comment right here, I really can't remember the last time we asked this question for one of our guests, but it is a platform sports talk show tradition. So, Jackson, wait, real quick before we get that, I want to get my favorite sports movie.
Please.
I'm tied. It's a three-way tie. Crazy enough, they all deal with baseball.
Mm-hmm.
I've got Angels in the Outfield,
Mm-hmm.
The Sandlot, and then a movie that not a lot of people talk about. Shout out to Henry Roland Gardner for Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
That's Craig. I see your
the
face.
one with he had like a torn ligament in his arm, and he
Mhm.
throw the ball real fast. Okay, I remember that one. I remember that one.
Harry
that
Busey
was-
before the accident. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I got you.
That movie used to make me long for a ligament injury. Be like, come on, fuse those tendons real good. I could have been on the Cardinals, you know.
100%, man.
I don't know,
100%.
man. That Angels in the outfield got me though. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
What? Come on.
I couldn't get. I don't know. I watched it. I don't think I made it all the way through that movie, but I don't think I made it all the way through. I'll be honest.
I'm with that of the baseball movies like that you just named right there. It's my least favorite of those. I don't think it's that. It's just my favorite one of those is when you didn't mention that's right in that same area, 90s movie, Little Big League, where he gets to be the manager of the Twins. That's like a legit awesome base. They use real baseball players in it. So like the baseball scenes are unbelievable. Like they're like real ball players are in it. It's awesome. But Rookie of the Year also classic.
Yeah.
It was
But that
just
Angel in the outfield. I don't know about that. I don't know.
Look, it was a good movie. It tackled real life issues while also exploring what happens if you put faith in the field. See,
I'm with it. I'm with and
I
and
got
it had
you.
the California
I
Angels
understand. I
hat with the
understand.
halo
Yeah.
on top.
Mhm.
Fire. Bring those
Back
back
when they were still the
immediately.
Anaheim Angels, you know,
Yeah, the
they weren't the
California
Los
Angels of
Angeles
Anaheim.
Angels of Anaheim yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, Jackson, we've got the question. It's a tradition here at the Platform Sports Talk Show. Tell us about the moment when you first fell in love with sports.
Sure, absolutely. I can tell you there's two separate moments. One where I fell in love with playing sports and the other where I fell in love with watching sports. The one where I fell in love with playing sports was the first time I loved basketball, still do. Basketball is my favorite sport, played it my whole life. My favorite thing, the moment where it was like, just became like, this is all I ever want to do, is that first time, and everyone who's ever played basketball can probably relate to this, that first time you catch the ball in rhythm and you hit either a three or a mid-range jump shot, when you catch it in rhythm and it all flows and it's all like that same rhythm and it just, everything feels right and you knock it down, you run down the other end after hitting a shot. That feeling is like you run back on defense like you're running on air. It is the greatest feeling in the world. I long for it. I still play pickup and rec league to this day just so I can get a little taste of that feeling again, because that to me is everything. Catching a ball in rhythm and knocking down a three is like, it's unbelievable. You're the coolest guy in the world for like 5 seconds. And if you can bottle that up, it's like the greatest. And then when I fell in love with watching sports, I was 8 years old when the Cardinals won the World Series in 2006. I watched damn near every single game of that playoff run with my dad, with my older brother. And that was just so incredibly special. I remember 2006 Game 7 of the NLCS when the Cardinals were playing the Mets. The game went really late. I had school the next day, and that was the game where Yadier Molina hit a huge home run late in the game to go ahead home run to put the Cardinals up, and then Adam Wainwright struck out Carlos Beltran in the ninth, and I couldn't stay up for it. My dad made me go to bed. And so I woke up and sprinted into my parents' room the next morning. I said, what happened? And he goes, I recorded it for you. Go watch the last inning and a half in the room before school. And I watched it, and it was like the greatest moment of my life was getting to watch the Cardinals do that like 12 hours, well, a little less than 12 hours, like 8 hours later before school. I walked to school, the tallest kid in his class that day. Those are the two moments for me that's like, all right, this is all I ever want to do is talk about, watch, play sports.
Wow. These dates you keep throwing at
Look,
me.
he said 8. At least I was
2006.
12.
You were 8 years old.
1998, man. 1998. I was born.
Damn.
I know.
90s kids are cool. 90s kids.
I'm glad you
I
guys are
was
saying this because I felt old.
35 years old in 2006.
Oh my god.
Talking about some 90s kids. What?
Yeah,
I was 35.
Okay. 80s kids are cool too.
But that's the thing, man. You watch the NBA. Cooper Flagg was born in 2006.
Ooh, Lord, wait a minute.
Yeah, he was born in 2000. Cooper Flagg talking about, he said, I'm born in 2006. I was like, no. Don't say that.
It's like it really puts it in perspective. It's like when you born 2000 and
yeah, right.
2000 and I'm
crazy,
okay
man.
with 2000. It's like, okay, a
Right.
little something.
Yeah.
2000
Round
and
number.
yeah, you're pushing you're pushing 10 in the year and right in the middle. Oh my goodness. But then when you talk about your love of playing the sport, there is no better feeling than when you catch it in stride and you just nail it. It's like that takes me back to my time in the Jewish League. Shout out to the JCC at the Wohl Center. Just playing for, at that time, it was the Phoenix Suns. That was the team they chose.
Nice.
Looking back, I really don't understand why. I can only think of maybe Steve Nash, I guess. I don't know. I don't even
Mari
think
Stoudemire, if we're talking about the Jewish League.
So I don't even think it was at that time he was on the team. So this was like
might be on the Knicks.
Late 90s, early 2000s. So I don't understand what made them choose the Phoenix Suns.
Dan Marley.
Maybe it was the least expensive team to get the name rights for it, but that was the team that we played for with those classic reverse jerseys. Oh man, just running down that gym right underneath or above the pool of the Jewish community center, seeing a whole bunch of anyway, traumatizing stuff. But just
I've been
playing
there,
the
man.
game in there, it's just no better feeling. And you talk about being able to watch the last game of the NLCS. I will never forget that year that they won the World Series in 2006. I'm watching the recap on a small television in the cabin of a cruise ship, and it's just me and my mom in the room, and I'm excited. She's not really that excited, she's just like, okay, he likes sports, not really my thing. There's no one on the boat who's a fan of the St. Louis Cardinals
Sure.
but me, so there's no one to share in this joy and jubilation and all of that. And then about just missing a game, 2011 World Series, Game 6. I went to bed and just woke up and saw all of the replays on the news that next morning. And I just thought to myself, I really wish I would have stayed up to watch this. But no, I got to go to high school. And like my teachers were tired. They came in with excitement, but they were like, yeah, I'm tired. We're not really going to do much today. I didn't get a lot of sleep. So it was a benefit because I really didn't have to do much work on that day. And then to turn around from that nail-biting Game 6 to just a molly-whopping of a Game 7, it was just like, well, I would have rather stayed up for Game 6. But that's just the way the cookie crumbles. And
100%, man.
yeah, but that was a great moment. 11-11. Craig, were you still in the city for that one?
2011. We said 2011.
Uh-huh.
Yes, I was. I was. I didn't leave. I didn't move out of St. Louis till 2012. So I was there for that 2011 season.
Okay.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, man.
I tell y'all, the craziest thing about I'll be honest with y'all. I grew up in Washington D.C. Okay, well in the D.C. area. Okay, I grew up in a little town called Hyattsville, Maryland, right outside of D.C. You walk across the street, you in D.C. Okay, they call me, the youngest would call me a Measy in the DMV. Okay, that's means you're a Maryland Bama. Anyway, that's DC slang for y'all. Nevertheless, growing up, I had to.
I watched The Wire. I know about this stuff.
That's Baltimore, dude. But anyway,
yeah.
Okay, it's the M in the DMV. It counts.
But they would say Bama. That's like for country people, right? That's like people out in the country.
But Baltimore. I grew up liking the Orioles, but I wasn't a big baseball fan because the Orioles were so far away. We didn't really get the chance. I don't know when did we get the Nationals?
Mid-90s.
Anyway, yeah, it was midnight. I was living in. No, I was living in St. Louis when the Nationals came. I was not living in the DC area when the Nationals came. Help me out, super producer Smooth. Help me out with that date. 2005.
Oh,
2005. Look at that.
Whoa.
Look at that. Look, I see. So I didn't grow up as a big baseball type of guy. I played baseball, boys club and all that, but baseball wasn't my first thing. Basketball and football, they were always the main sports. But Jackson, getting back to you, man, you say you're a baller, you're a hooper. So what did you play at? Were you playing high school, college ball?
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you
play? I played in high school. I played all 4 years in high school. I was like one of the better guys, like my freshman year and junior or in sophomore year, like on freshman and JV. And then I stayed at 6 feet tall, which, is tall for like most folks, but it's not tall for basketball. And then also, I always say this, I'm slower than I look. Like you would look at me and be like, yeah, I'm sure he's like decently quick. No, slow. And not particularly strong by any means. Real finesse player. I'd set up around the high post and just knock down mid-range jumpers until the lights turn off. But sometimes that's hard to find in a fast-paced high school game. So I played all 4 years, but I was much more of a role player my junior and senior year. But I've played pickup and intramurals ever since, and I get the same enjoyment out of it as I did when I was 8 years old, playing on the weekends in like a rec team, you know, like that. It's always been my dad was a basketball coach forever, a high school basketball coach forever. So it's like deep in my blood playing basketball. So it's my dad grew up in like have you ever seen the movie Hoosiers? He grew up in a very Hoosiers town in Illinois, in Southern Illinois. So like basketball is me, my brother. That's all we did. That's all we grew up hooping all the time.
Okay, all right. She was a baller. Okay.
Look at this question right there.
Well, there we go. Brody's on it. It's like, is Brody available? He can come on the show too. Tell us about playing varsity basketball for Chad Anderson at Ladue, and if you have any stories about Cornell Johnston, and college golf. Okay,
he's a little mistaken. Brody's on it almost 99.9% of the time. I did not play college golf. I did a program my freshman year, which was golf management, which is like the road to becoming a PGA professional, like a teaching professional, was through that. Wow. So that's what I did for my freshman year at Florida Gulf Coast University in Fort Myers, Florida, Dunk City, if you remember from the 2013 tournament. That's what I.
What's your handicap? What's your handicap?
It's an 8 right now. I'm an 8.
I don't know what the hell that means. I just thought I'd ask it. You know,
you weren't ready for a follow up. You weren't ready for a follow up. You knew the question to ask.
Hey, I knew. Yeah, you listen enough. You know, enough conversations you be around. You just, you know.
Yeah.
Because look, I just smile and nod. Be like,
yeah, 100%. I love playing golf still. I was at the driving range earlier today. It was beautiful out. But no, I was never that good. I was good enough to like possibly do something like that for a career, but never like at the college golf scene is crazy. Those guys are unbelievably good at golf. That's like a whole different level. But in terms of basketball, it will do. Had a great 4 years playing. Chad Anderson was the head coach of varsity. Great guy. He was really, really good to me. Nothing but great things to say about him. And then Cornell Johnston is a fascinating story. He was a point guard 2 years older than me. He's the all-time leader in points at Ladue. He's got the most points. Yeah, he's got the most points in Ladue. He set a freshman record when he went to Eastern Illinois University for 3-point percentage in the country. He had the highest 3-point percentage in the country, and he's maybe 5'7", like maybe 5'7", the fastest player on the floor at any given time, the best ball handler, basketball IQ through the roof. Like if Chris guards the point guard, he's second behind him. Like that's like he's unbelievable. And in 2014 district championship, we played Chaminade, which at the time had a young man by the name of Jason Tatum on their team, along with 4 other D1 players. They were so stacked. And we beat them in district. I was on that team. I just got pulled up from JV, and I was stapled to that bench. I mean, absolutely stapled to the bench. They would have played with 4 guys over playing with my 15-year-old ass. Like no shot. They were not going to be putting me in that game. But I was on the team. You can check the programs. But Cornell, we ran like 4 corners offense, which is basically like playing keep away for minutes at a time because they couldn't take the ball from him. He was just an unbelievable point guard. I've guarded a decent amount of pretty good players in my life, I never guarded them well, but by far the hardest to guard was Cornell Johnston. Unbelievable.
All right. I heard you mention the point guard of the NBA. Who did you say that was?
Chris Paul gets that name stapled to him a lot. He gets that name attached to him a lot. You're not a Chris Paul guy?
Okay.
You know what? See, Jackson, let me tell you something, Jackson. These guys on this show, I've been set up. I believe this is the second week in a row I'm being. Last week they did this to me with, not last week, last month they did this with me with Larry Hughes, because
legend.
I made a statement. And I'm standing by my statement, even though Larry Hughes tried to, because he's an NBA 14-year all-star, like he has he knows something because he's a professional, because he thinks he knows something about basketball or something. But
he's cultivating young minds.
I just said that I don't believe that CP3 is a superstar in the NBA. When I say superstar, I mean on the level of where you want to go run home and you got to go watch CP3. It was not that, and that's all I was saying. I wasn't saying that I didn't like him. I didn't like his game. I'm just saying he's not a superstar. He's not a seat filler. He's not the face of the team. He wasn't the face of the team. Maybe with the Hornets for a couple of years, but when he made his big splash in the Lob City, it wasn't about just Chris Paul. You had to have the DeAndre Jordans and who else?
Blake Griffin.
Blake Griffin.
Yeah, Blake Griffin.
Matt Barnes.
Yeah. What?
Oh Lord.
Not Matt Barnes. Blake Griffin. Yeah.
All the smoke, man. No, I get you. He's the French fries. He's not the burger.
He's
a burger, just not the burger.
That was perfect. He's the French fries, not the burger. Dang, he's
not the Big Mac, but he's a quarter pounder with cheese. It's like you go for that too.
That'll work 6 out of 7 days, man. I'm telling you. We can tell you firsthand. The Big Mac.
That's all I was saying. He's not a superstar. That's all.
Here's what I'll say in his defense. Chris Paul had his own. So before, in the year 2026, where everybody gets a signature shoe. Everybody and their mother's got a signature shoe. I'm pretty sure Tyrese Halliburton's going to be getting a signature shoe.
Oh yeah, it's on the way.
Zion Williamson has like everybody has. But back in the day, it was for real. It was LeBron, it was Kobe, it was KD, and then it was Chris Paul and a little bit of Carmelo. Those were like the guys who had signature shoes. And like D Wade, but he was with so many different companies that like barely counts. He like had to go out to Asia to get a signature shoe again. When CP, he was with that was my first pair of basketball shoes. Converse.
The Converse D Wades. Oh,
the Marquette colors. Ooh, I was man, I was styling. The CP3s, that was like that to me was like the bar to being a superstar.
What color was the CP3s? Y'all remember the color on them shoes?
Every year was a little different.
No, you don't. You don't remember the color on them shoes. That's my point. You don't remember the design. I don't remember the color. You don't remember nothing about these shoes because it was CP3.
Okay, no. Let's give that man his credit.
We can Google it real quick.
He didn't just have any. He didn't just have any shoe endorsement. He was on Jordan brand.
That's right.
Not just any. The only other person who had a Jordan brand signature shoe at that time was Carmelo Anthony. And no disrespect to Michael Jordan, that's one selfish mother lover. Everybody else's shoes just look absolutely atrocious. But his shoes looked great. But everybody else's.
Oh, dude, some of those mid 2000s Jordans that would come out with like the team ones or like the 26s.
It was just like, please stop. Just team Jordans is what it was after a minute. Yeah. And then you look at some of the shoes now, the Zions, the back when Kawhi was rocking some Jordan Nike collab shoes. I hate to say it because he's a hometown hero, but Jason Tatum. Some of these shoes, it's just like, I don't know who designs this last pair of shoes that he came out with. No matter what colors you chose, it looked like a zebra. Looked like he had zebras on his feet. And I don't know who made the call. I don't know if he has a fascination with zebras. I don't know what it is. But at a day and time where everybody is shipping out god ugly Jordan shoes, Chris Paul and Carmelo Anthony stayed having their shoes on some young, aspiring basketball players' feet. 100%. Everybody doesn't get a signature shoe. Some people didn't need a signature shoe, Stephon Marbury, but everybody doesn't get a signature shoe. Was that a stray? I don't think it was a stray. Does anyone else remember what some Starburys look like?
They were like $25.
He did a good thing. He did a good thing with those, though. He did make them for like $10, $15, so everybody could get a pair.
Cheap. Coney Island's fine.
That was cool. That was cool.
No,
they were terrible, but that was cool.
Tatum's first shoes were cool. Tatum's, I have a pair.
Yeah, the Tatum ones were good.
Really good.
When they got to Tatum too, the little color stitches right there, like on the side. I don't know what was going on.
Not into them. No.
And then the threes, it's just like, okay. Yeah. And then when you look at Zion's signature shoe, like you said, everybody's got a signature shoe. Zion's got a shoe. Luka's got a shoe. Kawhi's got a shoe. Kawhi went to New Balance and thought it was okay. Now I will say, Anthony Edwards, has some good looking Adidas shoes. In a world where you got some James Hardens,
Ew, yeah.
It's just like in a world where everyone else's shoe is starting to look weird. Whoever is on the design team for the AE 1s and 2s and the leak that I saw of the 3s,
I'm just saying this. Today's
kudos to 'em.
sneaker world is, I don't know, it's turned into it's more fashion. When I say fashion, it's more boutique type of fashion now. You know what I'm saying? The shoes look like, first, they orthopedic. They look like orthopedic, big clunky orthopedic
Chunky.
shoes that your PE teacher from 20 years ago was wearing. You know what I'm saying? It's the big,
back when it was Asics and New Balance and
the
Obvious.
shoes are so big. It's like, so now when you see some of the basketball players shoes that come out
Skechers.
now, it just I can't get with it. I'm going back to classic shoes. It's like I'm going back trying to find the oldest shoes, on the net. I mean, I'm 996 New Balance. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to find some old, retro joints. May grab some white Forces or some black Forces. You know what I'm saying? Something that, I don't know. I'm not a big sneakerhead, because I was never a Jordan fan. I probably had one pair of Jordans all my life. It just wasn't there for me.
And here I was about to say an underrated Jordan shoe would actually have to be the Jordan 2. I like the 2s. I like the way they look. I may be in the minority with that.
See, I don't know. That's just it. I don't even
nice
know what the
looking
Jordan 2s are. I know the shoes, but I don't know the names of the shoe. Like, people can say the 5s, the 10s, the anniversary.
Oh, I got a pair of 5s
I don't
in the
know.
room right now.
I can't keep up. I can't keep up with it. It's like, okay.
Yeah,
I
gone
like
through
that
phases
Jordan
with
shoe.
it.
I don't know the name. I got to go Google it and find the name of the shoe that I like. It's kind of, I don't know. It's crazy.
No, I go through phases with the 2, man. The 2s, though, Stan, Mike Bibby pulled out the low cut 2s one time when he was in Sacramento. Those were great. Those were awesome.
Yeah.
But
like
I'm a big 4s guy.
Better.
I'm a big 4s guy. I got a lot of pair of 4s.
So at one point, I tried to buy a pair of 9s. My foot was too wide, so I couldn't do it. I was so disappointed. It was I love the 90s 9s. I'll never forget.
Yeah.
But ladies and gentlemen, this is the Man Cave, where obviously anything can go down. It's your boy Stanton. We got Craig Black and we got Jackson Burkett. Real quick, you mentioned that you attended college in Florida. Now, I want to know what happened to cause the transfer from school in Florida to coming back to good old Como to going to the University of Missouri.
Yeah. So that was the short answer to that is that I didn't really want to do the golf program anymore. Golf was in a way different place in 2017 than it is now or was in 2020 when it had a big reboom. It was not in the greatest of places. I didn't really like what I was doing. I liked it. I still love golf, but I didn't necessarily want to keep doing that. It was also really expensive to go to school out of state. It was a lot cheaper option for me. And now that I'm paying back student loans, I'm very happy that I did that move. And also I kind of wanted Florida Gulf Coast, beautiful university in Fort Myers, Florida, but it's a really young university. Like we talked about birth years being shocking. Florida Gulf Coast started in 1997. So the town around it was built way before the school was ever there. Whereas the University of Missouri, it was the school was there and the town built around it. So I kind of wanted a more traditional college vibe. I've always been a huge Missouri Tiger fan. So and I had so many friends already up there. So the transition was really easy for me. And I didn't regret it at all. I still don't regret it. But it come around my first November in Columbia, when it got really cold, I was like, man, I remember this time last year, it was 65 degrees and sunny and beautiful. Why did I make this move again? Freezing my ass off walking into class, brutal. But I don't regret it at all because I love the University of Missouri and I have a lot of love for Florida. I still have a ton of friends from down there. People always ask me, do you wish you just went to Mizzou freshman year? I was like, no, I'm really glad I made that experience. I didn't know anybody. I went 1,000 miles away from home, not knowing anybody, and kind of had to make it on my own, figure it out on my own, how to make friends and get in, different groups and navigate school at the same time and try to get better at golf, all these things. And it taught me a lot of lessons. So I have no regrets. I have a lot of love for both the universities I attended, but I am a Missouri Tiger through and through.
I can appreciate that. You rolling out, not knowing anybody in Florida, and just just making it happen. That's kind of how I got to this great city of St. Louis. I just rolled out, didn't know a single person in St. Louis, and just made it happen.
It's an experience, man.
Yeah,
it's a sink or swim.
Yeah. That's some good stuff.
Yeah,
I
it
wish
teaches
I
you
could
a
have the
good life
same
lesson.
cool story. I knew 3 people in Atlanta, so it's like that. I knew, but Atlanta's so big. What's 3? 3 is a pebble. So
Right.
I know my 3 people. I'm getting to meet more people. It's definitely a cool city down here. So when you were going to school in Florida, golf management was the major. What caused the shift from golf management in particular to the broader spectrum of sports management?
It's a good question. So like I said, golf was in a really weird place. They were closing courses much faster than they were building them, where now it's the inverse, where they're building courses a lot faster than they're closing them, which is a great thing. And then in my mind, I was like, well, I could still do something in the golf world if I do this sport management major. But if I get this golf management major, I'm working in golf. That's the only option. Not to mention, if you love playing golf, being like a teaching pro or golf professional is like, you don't actually play that much golf. You are working on a golf course and you're constantly around golf, but like playing 18 with your friends, probably pretty rare. You're working a lot of weekends, a lot of holidays, especially if you're in any warm area, like where you want to be, Christmas, you're probably working, all this different. My eyes were bigger than my stomach in a way when it came to that stuff. Cause in my mind, I was like, well, I just work in golf. I love golf. This is all I want to do. But in reality, that wasn't how it actually kind of worked. But like I said, it was a hard decision, but I felt good about it at the time, and I feel good about it now. Cause that's the thing. It's like, it led me to where I'm at today. And this is like, I get to kind of live my dream in a way. So, it's you get dealt a certain hand and you got to figure out a way to play it. And so, I thought the best play for that was maybe fold on the golf and buy back in heavy on sport management. And I'm glad I did. I had a great experience in Mizzou. And then it led to this,
Cool. So, you go to Mizzou, you graduate with your degree in sports management. What year did you graduate?
I graduated in August of 2020.
Hey, okay. So you were one of those COVID graduations. Just tell it, we haven't had someone like with that experience firsthand on the show. So just explain like what it was like to have that graduation in such a different setting. Obviously, not only just different from high school as it's being at a different level, but just with everything that was going on in the world at the time. Like, just
right.
how was it for you?
Wild. I mean, for so many reasons. So it happened. So like my birthday is in the middle of March. So like my birthday happens the 13th. And then I think that day or the next day, the NBA shuts down, which I just remember that being like the start of everything shutting down. And then we went on spring break at Mizzou, and they're like, go on spring break and then we'll see what happens. Then after spring break, they're like, probably don't come back. So it was kind of like that. And for my major, my sport management major, we were supposed to do like an internship going into before graduation. You're supposed to do like this big internship that's all graded and stuff. And they kind of canceled that because no sports teams are going to be operating. So they just made us do these classes online for the summer, which, was certainly, easier than doing an internship. But I feel like I missed out on some of that experience. But then, graduation happens that May. And they, very similar to this, stream we're doing right now, it was a big Zoom call, and they put your name up on the screen for 5 seconds and then on to the next person. So it didn't necessarily feel the same, but shout out to Mizzou, because the next year, 2021 in April, they invited all the kids from 2020 back to do a real graduation. People were masked up and a little more spaced out, but we got to walk and everything. So, and it was an excuse to go back to Columbia. So that was great. But yeah, it's certainly weird. It was a really, really odd time. And school felt like the thing that I was like, all right, I guess I'm just going to finish school. But I also think back to it as well. That happened my senior year. I'd much rather be miss out in the last couple of months of senior year than that be my freshman year. And then my freshman year is cooked. And then my sophomore year is way different. Junior year is probably way different. I got to experience college pretty much the whole way. without COVID stuff. So it could have been a lot worse.
Yep, that's definitely a bright side to it all. Now, you graduate from Mizzou in 2020. Explain to us how you ended up as the now producer for The Morning After.
Yeah, that's a pretty interesting story because so I graduated August 2020. I just started applying to jobs like sports jobs, but sports teams weren't hiring because no one was playing. And if they were playing, they certainly didn't need like game day operations people or ticket sellers or like they just like that's not what they were like. They were firing a lot of people. Unfortunately, a lot of people lost their jobs in sports at that time. So like I'm applying to like 10 different places a day. I'd be lucky to get like an email back about like, yeah, we'll get back to you. Like I was getting nothing back. And this went on for like 3 months. We're going like into November after I graduated and like nothing. I lived in my parents' house and I knew things were getting tough. And my dad goes like, I was looking online and, these Amazon fulfillment centers are giving, you'd probably have to work the third shift overnight, but that could be okay. You can start earning some money. I was like, oh God, they want me out of this house quickly. I can't be doing that. I can't be working that. I can't work at 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. I can't do that. I was like, I gotta get serious about this. And like absolute godsend. The producer before me of TMA was leaving. He was going to a different opportunity. And Tim McKernan, who hosts the show, put out there on the air. He was like, hey, if you have any interest in being the producer, send me your resume and cover letter and maybe we can talk. And so I heard that. I was like, well, I've listened to this show for years and I'm a big fan and this could be something cool. So I thought, well, what the hell? I'll send the email out, thinking nothing would come of it. And I sent it out right after that show ended. With my resume cover letter, me and Tim emailed back a few times, and I came in to shadow one morning. Someone was supposed to come shadow that morning, but couldn't make it. And so Tim emailed me at like 6 a.m. And like I said, I'm a morning guy. So I was up and he was like, hey, the guy who's supposed to come in couldn't. You want to come in and shadow today as well? And so I was like, all right, sure. So shadow that Monday. I was supposed to shadow Tuesday before that. So I shadowed Tuesday. Came back, they're like, hey, you want to come in Wednesday? I was like, all right, I'll come in Wednesday. And then the Wednesday afternoon, they're like, do you want the job? And I was like, yeah, that'd be great. And so at 22, I got to, I was like December 7th, I always remember because it's Pearl Harbor Day. December 7th, 2020 was my first ever show, like by myself doing the job. And yeah, I was 22 at the time. So like I've really spent my entire 20s doing this gig and it all came overnight. Like it really, like it felt like nothing, like no time passed. Like one day I was like applying, like again, sweating out the possibility of working the third shift at a fulfillment center, packing boxes all night, to getting to do like a job where if you had told me that, like when I transferred from Florida Gulf Coast to Mizzou, they're like, hey, this will lead you eventually to being on your favorite show and producing it. I've been like, okay, well, I don't know what you're talking about, but you might've been on something that they were selling on Friday if you were telling me that. But that was the reality of it, man. Like that was, it just kind of came out of nowhere. And that was 5 years ago. And now here we are.
So when you first started, the show was, you said it was just a podcast at first? It wasn't on terrestrial radio?
It was on terrestrial radio. It was on 590.
Okay.
590 KFNS.
Okay.
Yeah. So AM radio.
AM.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Big
Static it, baby.
Oh, don't be driving around any power lines, under any bridges. Cutting out. I remember the first time I played. I was running the board randomly one day on AM, and I played some hip hop song, like for return music. And someone told me they took a video of like their AM radio, and like hip hop does not sound as good on AM radio. The bass that doesn't really work on with the static. That didn't sound all that good. And then that was my first year. We were there doing AM radio, and then we made the move over to Hubbard Broadcasting, which is where we're at now. Owns a bunch of different stations in St. Louis, and we did. The show was kind of like a daily podcast. It was on radio, but it was on the HD dial of an FM station. So like the second option of an HD station. And then Tim and I, that right when we got there in 2022, we did a 1-hour show on 101 ESPN called Balloon Party. And that was from 10 to 11. And then in 2024, all of TMA, we moved over to doing 4 hours on 101 ESPN in the morning.
That's something, man. I'm gonna tell you,
Yeah.
man. Radio is, I don't know. It's a crazy business, man. And for you, how you got in is just some good stuff there, man. Because it doesn't happen like that all the time, man. You know, a
Yeah,
lot
man.
of
I always
people.
say it. I got really lucky.
You got to break down some serious barriers to get up in there. And you had that special. Some people have that it factor, and they could just step right in and do. You know. I don't know. I just think today's radio is more of a style of a podcast now. It's not as strict as it used to be. You know, radio used to be, you got to be in and out. You got to, do this break and you got to be done. You know, you still have to be done at a certain times, but you can be a lot looser. You don't have to be just as, tight as you used to be. And I just think that opened the lane for more personalities, more people to be able to be personalities and just be in the game. Now it's more of a it kind of saturates the game, but everybody has their thing because you have so many avenues to get what you want. So having that podcast type of feel and being able to put it on YouTube and to put it on IG, to put it on Facebook where you catching us at everywhere, you know what I'm saying, on Hot 365 radio, you know what I'm saying? You have so many different outlets to listen. So I just think that the game has just changed. It's like a whirlwind in the last 10 to 15 years. And the way you came in is a testament to your skill level because I don't know, shoot, I was an intern for about almost 2 years and man, do a lot of grunt work before they let you even touch a mic anyway, so it's that's some good stuff there, man.
Thank you, man. Yeah, it's totally like I totally agree with what you're saying. Like the playing more like a podcast, I think is just like it's the right play in a way because it's just like it makes it easier to listen to later. You don't have to listen to it immediately. You can listen to it later. It's evergreen in a way. It plays better in your car when you're driving. If you're a little longer form segments and stuff, I find that to be more interesting and just more fun to do. Certainly. And then, the barriers to entry is a lot YouTube has changed the game in that way. And I think much for the better. Like, I think the more content out there for people is awesome. I think more people collaborating for content is really awesome. It creates super cool avenues for a bunch of different people. And I think that's great. I think that a lot of people have a great voice and great opinions and great minds. And like you said, they just don't often get the opportunity to share that. And so stuff like this, or so many other different outlets, letting people out there spread their wings, I think is just awesome. I think it's great because I love it. And I'm fortunate to be in the industry doing it, but I'm always happy to see other people out there shining. Cause I think plenty of people have a lot of things to show the world.
For sure. And shows like this are The Man Cave, where anything can go down. It's your boy Stanton. We've got our special guest, Jackson Burkett, with us. Craig, I don't know if you heard, I don't know if you heard how you were sounding. You were running off a little promo right there. You know who you sounded like, right?
Who did I sound like?
You sounded a lot like T-Bone.
Oh, like T-Bone, huh? The insults. Please don't insult me like that. No.
Come on. We can't start. We got a guest in the house. We can't be like that. What's up, everybody? What's up, Jackson? How's it going?
Good, T-Bone, man. How are you?
It's been a long day. Long. Oh wait, the new light seems to be working a little bit better. I need to get some makeup though, something. But it's been a work day, been a class day. It's something. But I've been sitting here for the past few minutes. I got to tell you, I am always fascinated hearing people talk about the radio industry, the radio business, because if I were to rewind back to a period of time in my life, I may have done some things differently because that seems like something that would have been an interesting journey.
Yeah, man. It's a fun gig. It's certainly super unique. Get to meet a bunch of really cool people, do a lot of really cool things. Some days, I'm sure everyone has a day where it's like you wake up and you're just like, man, the last thing I want to do is talk to people or do anything out in front of people. And it's like, okay, well, you're going to have to do it in front of a lot of people. So you're going to have to suck that up real quick. And that teaches a very, really valuable lesson too in and of itself. But yeah, it's a really, really cool thing I get to do. And, you know, and that's what I always say, like, whenever like I'm struggling on a day where I'm just like, I don't want to do any of this. Like, I just don't want to, like, I just want to not do this right now. It's like, I'll always say, I'll look back at this period of my time, if I'm doing something else in 10, 15, 20 years, who knows, and be like, remember when you used to work on sports talk radio? That was a really cool period of your life. So like, I try not to take that for granted and try to like, just be really grateful all the time.
Yeah, but like you said, it does seem like there's now even more opportunities to even expand beyond. Because I would imagine, like, if someone were doing radio or getting into radio 20 years ago, it's trying to get to that radio spot where you can be a producer, can be a contributor, can be anything that you can be to try to work your way up. And now you have the opportunity now, but it's not just the one main show that you can get onto. It's you can be a contributor on the show. You can do a podcast. You do spinoffs of other shows. And there seems to be a lot more collaboration overall, as here we are today.
100%, man. I think all that stuff is so much for the better. Like, I think all that stuff is the YouTube stuff, people just doing the podcast on their own. Like, I think all that is great. I think, and it's a lot. I mean, everyone's got a laptop. It's easy to get a mic and you talk, and then it's up to like if it's great. It's like totally free market. Like, if people like you, they watch you. There you go. You got something going. That's all it takes. Is it's on you. And you don't. It's not the conventional ways of ascending through podcasting or long form, talk is way different than it was even 10 years ago. So I think all that stuff is awesome, man.
For sure. Now, T-Bone, I will say, I'm a little disappointed. I thought you were going to hit the Joe Hendry spin. I said your name and you appeared. I was banking on it. I was hoping it was. That's why I was like, get ready. And it was like, you sound like T-Bone. Then, boom, just like that. We had a little Joe Hendry-ish stuff on here. Miss Dub gives you her greetings. Acknowledge her as such.
Hey, Miss Dub, what's going on? And I saw a message up there a few minutes ago. I'm trying to look. Russell.
Yeah, it was from Brody.
Let me go ahead and pull this up here. All right, carry on.
Now, are you out here also having cross-brand collaborations, T-Bone?
Hey, look, anything that we can do about? Anything that we can do to spread awareness of the platform, not platinum, the platform sports talk show and the man cave. And you know what? I'm here to cross promote Ladies Night, which comes up next week as well. I'm here to promote everybody. The first weekend of the month, you got Ladies Night. Last weekend, here we are. We got the man cave, and all the weeks in between, it's the platform talk show available on all your favorite platforms, including Hot 365, as Craig mentioned, where it's always hot. Facebook, the Platform Sports Talk Show, X at 314 Sports Talk, and of course, Instagram at Platform Sports Talk. And of course, you have YouTube, where we are mostly looking at right now, the Platform Sports Talk Show. Make sure you subscribe and click on that bell, because you want to be live. When we go live, you want to be notified. All right, go ahead, carry on.
I like it. As you can see, T-Bone brings that. Yeah, that was definitely a nice little quick commercial promo, like the things we don't get to see on the U.S. Netflix broadcast of Raw. But that's another topic for another time. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got Jackson Burkett in the building. If you could offer just real quick, a random question. If you could offer any advice, and then Craig, you can chime in too, seeing as you all are both in the radio world still. If you could offer any advice to anyone who is trying to just break into that world of radio, whether they have the traditional or the non-traditional journey to radio, what would that be?
It's a really good question. The one piece of advice I would give is I think this works for a number of different industries, but it's something that was taught to me at a young age, is always try to be a sponge. Always try to learn from other people, especially like in radio. You often are working with like people who've been doing radio 20, 30 years, and they've been a part of so many different changes, not only to the industry, but to the local landscape and to everything. They've just been a part of so much that they have a lot of knowledge to pass down on you, and mistakes that they made that they can tell you about, and how you can learn from their mistakes or learn from their successes. So always be a sponge. Never feel like you know too much and that you don't have to listen to somebody. Like, if someone has some, even if they're not like saying like, hey, come over here, let me give you some advice, like always be watching, always be learning. And also, like, and I say this like for any business or anything, like do the basic stuff really, really well, whether that's showing up on time or early, that's responding communication wise, like being a consistent communicator, and like having a good attitude. Like those three things will put you in like a category, like will put you in the upper echelon of people. Like that will put you in the upper, and then, you know, your talent will take you to the level after that. And, you know, if you're in that industry, you likely have some talent in there that will push you forward. But if you can do those three things, if you can be a good person with a good attitude, you can show up on time consistently. When you say you're going to do something, you do it. And if you're a constant and efficient communicator, you're going to be in a really good place.
Craig,
That's
any
real.
Any
That's
advice to add on to that?
Everything he said is it's about being consistent. You have to, if you want it, you got to show up. You got to show up. You got to be there. You got to be able to you got to be to showcase your talent. But you know what? You can't let the industry tell you no. You know, it's in today's radio, like we talked about before, there's so many outlets that you can be on. There's so many outlets that you can actually show your personality and your skill. And traditional radio now incorporates all the social media platforms. You know, we talk about it 24/7. So if you can develop your following and your personality through those platforms, that helps you out to get on the terrestrial side if you want to be there. Sometimes, you know, the radio game right now is it's kind of cutthroat because, you know, the industries are tight, you know, advertising, everybody's going after that dollar. So it's like sometimes you may on your own may create some more revenue than you'll be offered on that platform. But, you know, if the intelligent person, the smart person would use both to their advantage. But I say, man, you just gotta be there. You gotta make sure that you are always being seen. You know, it's you know, it's a next up type of game. It's like, who are you? Where you at? You know, it's like sometimes, you know, when somebody needs a feeling, if you ain't around to grab that chance to be on the air, you know, you may miss your opportunity. So I mean, I don't know. It's the game today is it's evolved to the corporate structure has tightened the screws on the money side, but it's expanded where a lot of people can actually grasp the game because there's so many different outlets. But you know, I don't know if money's the main goal for everything. You know, sometimes you got to act like it's not, you know, to make sure that you can actually get your foot in the door. Because sometimes, you know, you're not going to come in the game making all that superstar money you think you are. But, you know, hey, you got to have them dreams. You got to have something to build on.
And some insightful knowledge and some gem dropping by two radio vets right here on the Man Cave. First of all, I just want to give kudos and shouts out to Brody Herman. It looks like he did his research, but real quick, I'm like,
he produced the show. That's what he did.
It's like he has been our on-screen producer for today. So Brody, shout out to you.
And Brody, I just sent you a message on Instagram if you check that out. Because I mean, look, anybody who can just pick up on this show and just see information that I went to. That is right. I did go to Team 3D Wrestling Academy down in Kissimmee, Florida back in the day. And I don't think that I've talked about that in a while on this show. So
yeah, a long while. It is like probably with one of your first episodes on the show when we got into the background. So that's crazy. But if we could bring that comment back up, super producer. Oh yeah, for sure. I wish we could throw the segments back in because boy, WrestleMania. I'm in for them, not for a lot. You know, on the street. What is your favorite story?
Is that me or is that him?
I think that's Stanton. Stanton
That's
froze
Stanton.
out.
That's Stanton. That was Stanton. Okay.
Am I back? Am I
got
back?
some of that Georgia frost. He's freezing up over there.
There's no frost here. The pollen is polluting the airwaves.
Oh,
that's
it's the
what
pollen.
it is. Yeah, pollen. Dude, pollen is going crazy right now. It looks like
got that grasshopper internet, not cricket. Grasshopper.
Shout out to I'm not gonna shout out my internet provider. Your favorite Larry Nichols story.
Sure.
What would that be, Jackson?
I think it would be best if I gave some background on who Larry Nickel is. Larry Nickel calls into our show. He's called into our show for 15 years every Tuesday to give us a wrestling recap, a WWE wrestling recap, and he's outstanding at that. He breaks it down for us, and then he gives us his top 5 countries in the world where USA always comes in at number 1, except one week when the Philippines came in at number 1, which it sent shockwaves to the listening world. But my favorite Larry Nickel story was something that happened before I got on the show. Larry got sick. He had sickness that was messing with him, and Larry's mother reached out to Tim, the host of the TMA, and asked if he could maybe set up a GoFundMe so some of the listeners who were listening to him for years could help him out. And in their mind, they're like, if we can raise $10,000, that would just be incredible. And the listeners to TMA, to their major credit, raised $60,000 for this man and his family when he was going through a really tough time. And Larry's awesome. So that's always my favorite Larry Nickel story, because it's not only this testament to how great Larry is and how much people care about him, but to the generosity of our audience. And that is, that having that sense of community when someone's down, that's really special. That's something that you can't always quantify. I guess in that case you can, to the tune of $60,000, but you can, but it's tough to be like, to have that in your life is something that's really, really cool. So that's my favorite Larry Nickel story.
So Larry Nickel is like you all's Miss Dubs, like a number 1 fan. If we could provide the opportunity for Miss Dub to call in, I guarantee you she would. So it's just like that. So it's always good to have those shows with, just that solid day 1 fan base, and then just the fans that come in support of that fan. That's always good. It's a good example of community.
I don't want to leave her question hanging earlier, because I did see the question where she asked how law school is going. It is going. It is a long process here. I mean, we're 3 years in. If I was going full time, I'd be done in a couple months, but I went the part-time route, so I have a whole extra year to go. It's what was I thinking? That's all I can say.
I don't know. The way you look right now, it look like it's kind of weighing down on you a little bit there, man. Like that face you making. It's like
what was I thinking?
Hey man, it's a long process to get lay down the law up and running. I told you that's got to be.
But you know what? I do enjoy. I have trademarks this semester, and I do enjoy trademarks a lot. It's a pretty good information of stuff that I plan to use in the future. So that's at least something, but still a lot.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Man Cave, where anything, and I mean anything, can go down. I was a little nervous for a second. I didn't know what was going on, but we are back. Let's see. Part-time is tough. I did my master's part-time. Took 4 years instead of the usual 2. Look, it's not about the journey. It's about the destination. I flipped it. I flipped it this time. I know a lot of people say it the other way, but just to help, it's not about the journey. It's about the destination. Oh, man. But we are here. Oh, here we go. All right. Well, let's get a little brotherly here. Brody wants to know your favorite story, Jackson, of being on air with Brody during the time of you being on air together. What is one of your favorite stories?
Yeah. Brody comes in every Tuesday, talks to us for a segment. Truly, anytime Brody comes in, he's a bastion of information. He's got a ton of information that he's able to rattle off. He does. It's very impressive. Big fan. So anytime he would come in and just start rattling off like footballs during football season, especially like college football season, where so much craziness is going on, and he's just able to rattle off all this information about the team, it puts a big smile on my face. So I'm a huge Brody fan, and he's great.
Real quick, I just want to shout out college football, and more importantly, shout out our co-correspondent Sadal, because after all, college football is always played better in college. So real quick, we're gonna, if you got some time to kick it with us, Jackson, we're gonna start to shift into our topics. If you
Sure,
had
man.
some time, didn't know if you had
Okay.
anything. Awesome. Cool. So our first topic is simply titled, What's the Word? Basically, anything that's caught your eye, anything that's just present in your mind in the world of sports. This is a moment and you get to talk about, seeing as you are our guest. I'll give you for the night.
See, the pollen's back in the air.
Man,
I think what he's trying to say is that it's your turn to go right ahead on what's the word, T-Bone. So you go first, okay?
Oh,
T-Bone.
wait, me? We
Yeah.
don't.
no.
I wasn't gonna throw it on Jackson. I wasn't gonna throw it on Jackson. I'll get Jackson sometimes, you know.
I was definitely throwing it on pause. I was definitely putting the question.
Yeah, they put a big pause right up in there, real.
I mean, you said it first. I paused more for you than for me.
Yeah. Pause
Yeesh.
the whole word. Yeah.
Sheesh, Craig.
All right,
I
single
was-
file line. Let's get this in order here.
All right, so Jackson, what
Yeah.
is the word?
I'm a huge college basketball guy. March Madness is like my favorite time of year. What I want to say, the word to me is, I see this a lot where people are complaining about like the lack of Cinderellas, the lack of like the higher seeds taking down the seeds. They're like, this isn't why like the March Madness isn't the same. But if you've watched the games, the basketball has been outstanding. It's been tight ball games left and right, high level basketball. So yeah, the seeds right now might be 1, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s. But the games themselves have been awesome. And to me, that's what matters. Like close, I'd take close games all day, like with really good teams going at each other, rather than like, you know, I love a Cinderella as much as the next guy, but like that to me doesn't determine a great tournament. What determines a great tournament is the level of basketball that's being played. And to me, it's been just absolutely outstanding. Like I could see 4 different teams winning it. I could see, 10 different teams making the Final Four. There's so many awesome players out there, guys who are, and especially in 2026, when we've had the last few years where the NBA draft has been dominated by foreign players. And I'm not upset by that by any means, but I don't get a real relationship with those guys before they play in the NBA, because I got to be honest, I don't watch a lot of EuroLeague basketball, but I watch a ton of college basketball. So seeing guys like Darren Peterson, Darius Acuff, AJ DeBonson has only played 1 game, but he was awesome in that game. Koa Pete for Arizona. There's so many incredible players out there playing right now that I love seeing that. I think that's really, really cool. So I'm a huge fan of the tournament. I think this one's been great.
All right. Now, Craig, since you want to assign tasks to other people, what's the word? What do you want to talk about?
Well, I'm gonna go to football. I'm gonna go to my Washington Commanders. I think we had a great free agency. I don't know what it is. I just feel real good about a lot of the players that we picked up. I mean, the word is playoffs. That's the word on the street here.
Playoffs.
Yes, playoffs. That's the word. Playoffs. My Washington Commanders back in the playoffs, a rejuvenated JD5. We got like 1, 2, 3. We picked up like 5. I think 5 stud players. I mean, offensive line, defensive line. We got a cornerback. We got some wide receivers. We picked up a couple of veteran running backs. That kind of threw me off a little bit. That was probably the lowest point for me, because of Rashad White and Jerome Ford. I was like, huh? What? Okay, anyway. But nevertheless, I thought we had a great free agency signing. I think we did real good, and I cannot wait for the draft. So, I mean, the word is playoffs. That's the word right now, and I'm feeling good about my Commanders.
All right. What I like is, yes, St. Louis is getting a major part of the March Madness action. When I heard that they were coming to St. Louis, I definitely thought that was cool. So, yeah, thank you for bringing that up, Mrs. Dub. T-Bone, what's the word, man?
Well, I got to kick it over to some wrestling action. And I got to tell you, the past couple of weeks, the limited time that I get a chance to watch it, Obafemi is that guy's going to be a star over the next couple of years. This guy 2 weeks ago comes out Monday Night Raw, confronts Brock Lesnar, picks him up, pop-up powerbomb, or pop-up sit-up powerbomb, fall from grace. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen that happen with Brock Lesnar with anybody who wasn't already some established star and bigger than him. So, I mean, look, I'm happy to see it, and I'm looking forward to WrestleMania with some of these things that are being built up.
Man, yeah, real quick, I want to piggyback off of that. It's not my official word, but when they turned Randy heel, I'm not mad at it. I always love a good heel Randy Orton storyline. Always love it. But what I'm hoping is, after 3 years of having him be the victim, we finally get Crash Out Cody. I need it. I need Codelander. I need heel Cody Rhodes as the American Nightmare in WWE, which would potentially and ultimately lead up to him dropping the title against Sami Zayn at WrestleMania 43. Should the logistics for WrestleMania 43 stay in place?
That probably
I'm pretty sure it's a big question mark at this point.
A really big question mark at this point.
Yeah.
But hey, don't expect Randy Orton to get booed in 2 weeks at SmackDown. I will be there. If anybody needs a live correspondent, I will be in the house.
Boo this man. He's not getting booed in St. Louis. He barely got booed when it happened. It was like, yes. There was a little shock from the little kids, but all the adults, it's just like when John turned heel last year. All the kids were like, oh my God, why? All the adults were like, yes, finally. And then, well, we all know what happened with that. But my official word.
Everybody reacted the way they should have.
Yeah, definitely. But my official word is really an acronym for WTF. If you've been living under a rock this NFL offseason, you haven't been seeing the escapades of a one Puka Nacua. And as a Rams fan, I am now significantly concerned because it's now turning legal. So there's a young woman who is pursuing or has filed a lawsuit against Puka Nacua for some anti-Semitic remarks, and then icing on the cake, allegedly, because allegedly, that's what I'm gonna say. He proceeded to bite a young woman to the point of breaking skin, and not in a good way. Like let me put that out there. It did not seem like she enjoyed it. So just I don't know what's going on. There seems to have been something has happened. I don't know if it's everything going on with the legal battles between him and the mother of his child / ex-girlfriend, but I don't know if it's the pressure of the California living. I don't know what it is. The pressure of being one of the faces of a team. I'm not sure, but Puka, if and when you see this, get your together. We got a lot riding on this next year coming up. Don't mess it up now.
Lock it in.
A lot going on. Lock in, lock down. Like deactivate all your socials. Go hide. Go in a hyperbolic chamber. Dig a cave. Stay in it until it's time to play football. And then once you're done playing the game, go back in that cave. Nothing bad can happen to you in the cave. Well,
in the man cave?
Anything can go down.
Exactly. the best cave there is.
What's crazy is I didn't even hear this news about Puka Nacua. I didn't know he was doing all this stuff.
I just read that when you were talking.
I didn't know what was going on.
Well, me being the resident Rams fan, aside from Sadal,
that's good though. That's good because it seems like it hasn't been pushed out nationally. I don't know.
It's on TMZ, brother.
It's on TMZ.
Yeah, I'm reading it on ESPN right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Mothership.
Yep. So we are awaiting the results of this. How to play. More importantly, you've got endorsements. No, it happened. Am I back? Did the pollen clear up? Does my internet need to take some Allegra? Okay. All right.
Wow. Okay. He's biting and being anti-Semitic rights, biting people. Okay.
Tough.
Yeah.
Wow. That's really.
It's like you're either Mike Tyson or you're Kyrie Irving, and at this point, you're being
Could be
both.
John Voight.
Oh my!
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that to Kyrie. Don't do that to Kyrie. That
Wait,
was wrong.
T-Bone, what'd you say?
That was
It
wrong.
could be John Voight, you know, the Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
no,
John Voight bit him.
man. But you know, I'm waiting to see what the potential ramifications could be, because I don't know if you all are aware. He is a Jordan Brand ambassador and Jordan Brand athlete. And I don't know. I don't know what Mr. 23 is going to have to say about that. But
what's the suspension going rate for biting these days? I mean, can we expect
for biting these days? That's funny.
How many games?
I'd say three weeks of the preseason. You know, I think
3
that's
weeks of preseason.
Yeah, rest your teeth.
That's the suspension. You know, I think
he gets to miss OTAs.
Yeah.
Not the OTAs. You know, no. Yeah, that is my word. That's word, all fellas. Now, next topic. No.
That we getting that cricket wireless. I mean that grasshopper wireless right now.
I don't know what's going on. Shout out to my internet provider. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
It will wait an hour and a half in. I guess we've tapped all the internet that is allowed.
Yeah, you run it dry.
We're seeking internet sponsors for Stanton so we can have reliable internet fast.
But don't go with Verizon. Don't go with FiOS.
It's not good. Oh,
my internet went out the other day.
Craig, we don't have sponsors. We need sponsors.
Okay, all right, my bad. Get Verizon, get FiOS.
I'll cut a commercial. We can put a little Verizon logo up here. Like, I'll make it work. I can be like, this segment is brought to you by Verizon 5G. Like, see, it's right there. Just like the Popeyes chicken commercial on ESPN. Popeyes. Love that chicken from Popeyes. No, that's not how you're supposed to say it. Shaq told him that in the first week of the NBA season. But speaking of basketball, let's go ahead and dial it down a level. Jackson already spoke on it. March Madness is well under, like Jackson, not madness, the first round, but it's really how you would figure it would go. But it's been busted again, as we all saw.
We've been taking a swim for a second there.
What? Huh? What?
We've been taking a swim. You kind of, you went underwater for a second with your.
You need to extend that antenna. Stan.
Yeah.
You need to extend the antenna on you.
All right. Well, I will let you guys talk about it.
You're back now, though. You're good. You're good right now. You're good right now.
No.
It's only when you want to transition. Whenever you want to segue, it just decides to cut out.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna assign segue responsibilities to T-Bone for the rest of the show. Delegating, baby, that's what the host can do. So
I want to go with the actual radio personality. There's two of them on the show that are not me.
Well, one's a guest and the other.
Well, there you go. That limits it down.
Craig. Oh, no.
We're going back to platinum, baby. We're on the Platinum Sports Talk Network, baby.
See, this is why we don't give him opportunities. This is why, right here. Anyway. Craig, what are your thoughts right now on
my thoughts right now? My brackets are busted.
Of March.
The March is madness. It's the madness of March and all that. My brackets are terrible. I'm in like 4 different little challenges right now, and the one that I'm in for the money, the betting one I'm in last place, so like 15 people. I mean, I'm dead last, but I still got a chance because I picked Michigan. And half my pool, I'm the only one in my pool, in my money pool, that picked Michigan. And everybody else, the majority, went with Duke. So you got some Arizonas out there right now, and you got a couple of Houstons. But I'm the only one that picked Michigan. So if Michigan could pull it off, I still can win, even though I'm in last place. Because every little upset that I tried to pick, you got to grab an upset here and there, and I went overboard with the upsets. I did too much with that. I shouldn't pick so many upsets, and none of mine panned out. So right now, my March Madness is busted until Michigan loses or wins, one of the two. Look
You're
at
not
that. Look at
alone,
that.
Chris.
Me, look at bro. Look at Brody. Look at my
You're not
man Brody.
alone.
You mean the super producer Brody? Yeah, I see you, my dude. Michigan.
Jackson, did you fill out a bracket for this year? Did you?
Yeah, I
even
always
take
do
the
one.
bracket?
I do one bracket. I'll be in different like little groups and put in little, but I always just use one bracket. I don't switch up. I do one fantasy team and I do one bracket because I don't like rooting against myself. So not great, I would say. I'd say I'd still have like a lot of the big. I think I got 12 of the 16 in right now, which is okay, I would say. But all my Final Four teams are still alive. I'm on Arizona, but I love Michigan. I think the Michigan-Bama game is going to be really high scoring and really fun. But I'm an Arizona guy. I think Arizona is just too big, too physical this year. I think they're really well coached. But that's to my point of earlier. I was saying, what's the word? Like, you look at all these teams. Yeah, you know, the highest seed you see there is an 11, but it's Texas, so it doesn't really feel like a true 11 seed. But all these, there's not a single game I see in the Sweet 16 that's not going to be awesome. Like, I don't think it's going to be awesome. Like, and maybe that's unfair of me to think like a Cinderella like team, like a 15 or 14, you know, smaller school wouldn't provide that. But when we've seen teams get to that point, the Cinderellas, at some point or another, they're usually going to get the belt. And I'm glad that we don't have it this year. I think all those games could be really tight, awesome games. So I'm fired up.
All right. Hey, T-Von, did you have any chance to or any time to fill out a March Madness bracket?
You know what? This year I did not fill out a bracket, and I'll get back to that in a second. I have had a chance to catch some games, and you know, I saw the who was it? Mizzou. I saw Mizzou in Miami. I saw that game. I saw.
No, it didn't happen. That game didn't happen, T-Bone. They just they got Mizzou just gave them the win. They didn't actually play. It didn't happen. Yeah, it didn't happen.
Well, I didn't say I saw the finish of it. I just saw.
Here you go.
Right. You know, there was a game.
Yeah.
And you know, I mysteriously look at the brackets, and I don't know what happened there. You know,
no one does. It's a mystery.
But I did catch that. I caught some of the other games. You know, now I guess I can root for Smoooth now, right? Because
they lost.
Well, yeah.
But I mean, as far as basketball teams, that would be a team that I can root for now. Because you know, now that I'm a part of the Smoooth family,
you're at SLU Law.
Yeah, so I got to
awesome,
root for Smoooth now.
That's
but
awesome. I know a ton of people who came out of that and are in great position. That's awesome.
I am enjoying the program, and I am happy to be back in St. Louis to come to it. So, but I do have a question. Since I can't keep up with all the games like I would like to, I would like to pose this question to everybody here on the panel. If you've ever done brackets, which I'm sure all of us have at one point,
yes.
What is the best thing that you have ever won with your bracket? And I have my number one thing right here. I won this iPad a long time ago. It's old now. It doesn't work because, you know, it's old. But I won an iPad from a work contest 10 years ago. That was actually around the time when I pretty much retired my brackets. I said, you know, it can't get better than this, at least at that point. I may bring it back next year, though.
See, in order to answer that question, I would have actually had to have won a bracket. So I'm gonna sit this out. Anyone else? Anyone else want to go at it?
Money, man, money. What are you talking about? It's all about the money. You know, I've won one time. One time, and I got the money. But
that's one more than me.
Cash, you know, it's all about the cash. It's all about the money. It's about the dinero. It's about the green. So, I mean, nobody does well, you know what? I did have a fantasy football league where they gave us rings. I didn't win the ring, but the championship guy, they won some cash and a ring. But in all my bracket stuff and all my NCAA March Madness brackets, it's always been cash and just bragging rights. So, you know, I haven't nothing other than cash. That's all I got for you. Money. Show me the money.
All right.
I think I have the same thing. I think I won some cash once. I've only won a group once or twice, and it's just been a little bit of money. So I wish I won an iPad, and I wish I won more. I just it's tough. The more you know, it seems like the harder it is to pick. So I'm out. At least that's the rationale I use.
That was the key, because that is how I won. I went in blind. I just picked the schools that I knew based on the limited information that I had. But I also now I feel bad because the second thing that I won, and the only reason I don't count it as my number one is because it was a limited thing. I also won a 3-night stay to a resort with another year. This is why I retired from brackets, because back-to-back years winning.
You made that like a bandit.
Yeah, I choose not to bracket,
I choose not to run.
Now, Craig went ahead and mentioned fantasy football. If we're mentioning fantasy football, I'm 2-0 at the WashU Blitz League. Shout out to all those people that participated. Still don't understand how I won the second year. Still don't understand how I did that. But shout out to injuries. I guess, it was fortunate for me, not for the players, of course. But what did I win when I won those 2 fantasy football championships? A message highlighting my victory in the group chat, and that was about it. While she was a not-for-profit organization, so we didn't see any of that money. So that's all I got. And then, as we can see on the screen right now, we are also looking at the women's March Madness bracket. I haven't been able to keep up with any of the games. I just saw that SLU won the first game. Mizzou conceded, as Jackson stated.
Yeah,
and then
conceded.
SLU lost the second game. And I thought to myself, oh, dear God, this is 2014 all over again. Like, whenever SLU and Mizzou get to the dance, it's always one goes out the first round, and then I think that the other feels bad for the first round exit. And it's like, I stand in solidarity with my territory mates, and then they also get out. So that's just my logic for the March Madness. Madness indeed. All right. Well, moving this gravy train right on along. Coming up next. Ladies and gentlemen, are you excited? Have you heard the news? It is springtime. And with spring comes some more football. That's right. The UFL is returning for its, I believe, what is this? The 3rd UFL season and the about 4th or 5th spring football season of the comeback. And, though I am located here in the A, it is always going to be for the St. Louis Battlehawks. Guys, are you excited for the return of the UFL this season? We're going to save Craig for last because defenders. Anywho, so, we got a call in the chat from Miss Dub. T-Bone, you excited for this upcoming season? Excited for the opportunity to root for another St. Louis football team?
I am, and I was just looking to see how much they sent me sent an offer about tickets, and I was looking at those, and I almost bought them that day. I don't know what happened, but
very reasonable prices.
Very, and I might be going to the season opener if I can find the tickets that I want to find.
Oh, you're going to go see the Battlehawks as well as Nelly and the St. Lunatics performing live.
Indeed, I am.
Good. So, Jackson, will you all have an opportunity to maybe, it'd be cool if you all could do the morning after from like the Dome. I always want to get the name right because I'm so quick to say Edward Jones Dome. I'm quicker to even date myself and say the TWA Dome. Like I'm quick to say that. I miss when it was TWA. I miss TWA as a whole, but that's another story for another time. But I think it would be cool if you guys, I think it'd be cool if we could do an episode of the Man Cave or any of the subsidiaries of the Platform Sports Talk Show Network. Look, I tried to shoot my shot to get tickets for a game, and we all saw how that went. Need we remember that? I'm still waiting on them, Brandon. I'm keeping hope alive. But I see a comment here. Yes, to have Ricky Prohl as the coach, it's just a full circle moment for St. Louis football. I believe his son was on the team for a hot second back in 2020, and I believe the season after that, before the COVID shutdown, which we were destined to win it all, and COVID just went ahead and derailed that. Real hatred, coronavirus, but it's okay.
Don't miss the second part of that comment, which was shouts out to Brian Stoll, which, yes, shouts out to Brian Stoll, former Stranglehold radio host who I listened to very much back in the day when I was in the, I don't want to date myself, but that was back when I was in.
Go ahead. We're dating ourselves today.
Back when I was in middle school, elementary school, getting me through some times when I may or may not have had cable at the time, and being able to listen to Brian Stoll talk about wrestling and getting the first tickets to my first ever wrestling show through the Stranglehold with Brian Stoll answering a trivia question. I will never forget that guy. So, hey, shouts out to Brian Stoll.
Yeah, man. Shout out Stelly. In terms of UFL, I was like the world's biggest St. Louis Rams fan when they were here, like such a huge Rams fan. And I remember I've said I was born in '98, so I was 2 when they won the Super Bowl. I don't remember.
Put it down, T-Bone. Put it down. Put it down.
Remember. I don't remember. That's clean.
Put it down. Put it down.
So I don't remember any of like the years when the Rams were really good. I was there during the rougher years, but I was such a huge fan. And when they left, it ripped my heart out of my chest. I was like, I can't. That was like we talked about earlier in the show. Like when you fell in love with sports, that was a real moment too, where I learned that like sports are simply a business. Professional sports are a business, and a business first, second, and third. And so like when they left the town I grew up in, I was like, I couldn't do it. I was so upset with them. My love for the Rams turned into hatred for the Rams. And so having spring football, which I think is great for the city, and I love that people love it, and I support people going out there rooting for the Battlehawks, and I'm obviously cheering for the Battlehawks. It just doesn't do it for me like the NFL. Like to me, like an NFL-sized hole is left in my heart, and the Battlehawks, they do their best to fill it, but it just doesn't get there for me. And this is the time of year when like NBA playoffs are getting going, March Madness is happening, and then baseball season starting. So like my interests are really focused on that. I'm not the biggest Battlehawks expert, but we did have Ricky Kroll on TMA a month or 2 ago, and he was awesome. He's a legend. So there's all love and support for the Battlehawks. It's just not personally my thing.
You'd say
you gotta get rid of that ice box where your heart used to be, man. You gotta jump on this Battlehawks thing.
He just quoted
Omarion. We just had an Omarion reference on the name.
There's an ice box where my heart used to be.
Don't let the Rams do that to you, man.
Look, T-Bone, I'm so impressed with you, man. I don't know how many people can make an Omarion reference and a Seinfeld reference in 20 minutes time.
I got a lot more than that. I got references. If we're talking pop culture reference, I can sling them out all day.
That's impressive. I wish I could. I wish I could relinquish this hate, but I can't. It sucks. To this day, I still can't stand. They talking about Puka Nakua. I was like, I hope he bit someone else. Like I don't know. Like and I don't feel like I like that. I have no hate for the players. Puka Nakua was like probably like 8 when the Rams left St. Louis, but I can't do it, man. I just can't.
I will say, I was in the same boat as you, Jackson, when I saw that they announced that it was official and that they were going to LA. I was upset. Yeah. I was very upset, but then that first season in LA after that, I was like, okay, we're even. We're good. Nothing changed. You all were worse your first season than you were your last season, even though the last 3 or 4 seasons were just so Jeff Fisher, just 7 and 9 all the time.
Oh, wow, Jamie.
Jackson, you know how you have that feeling about when the Rams left? Quick story. I still had. I like that message.
I like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I feel the same way, Jamie Lynn.
All right.
The same way.
Tell us how you really feel. I feel the same way.
That slander will not be tolerated. But anyway, right now, like,
you know how you have that feeling of just dislike for the Rams, which again, go with that feeling. I still have the letter that the Arizona, well, it was the St. Louis Cardinals at the time. The St. Louis Cardinals gave my grandmother after she sent them a very nice letter, if you will. Yeah. I have the letter with the St. Louis Cardinals football Cardinals letterhead on it that they sent back to her, basically saying, "Hey, we appreciate your comments, but
yeah, we hear you."
She sent a very nice stern letter to the St. Louis football Cardinals with what's his name? Bill Bidwell. It was his
Bill Bidwell. Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh, look.
Yeah. Good for her.
I'm not gonna lie. I was a big fan of those St. Louis football Cardinals. That dude Stump Mitchell. Is it Labodius Stump Mitchell? What was his name? I forgot his name. I don't know if that was his first name or not. But I liked y'all that squad back then. Y'all had a corner. I was a wide receiver too. I forgot his name. He was a monster. He used to torch the back then Redskins back then. Boy, that was a good team. That was a good. I loved that franchise during that time. The old NFC East was really
Metcalf was the last name, Craig.
Was Metcalf?
Also, one of the original Thanksgiving games was the St. Louis Cardinals back in the day. So, a little trivia for everybody.
Yeah.
See, T-Bone and Craig are reminiscing about the St. Louis football Cardinals.
Oh,
and then there's me, and then there's me and Jackson. Just like, okay.
I'm aware of them, but I was
like,
born
I knew
13 years after they left.
That's about it.
Yeah.
But we're getting back to the UFL, right? Yeah. Is it my turn? Is it my turn?
Yes, Craig. It is. It's my turn.
Hold on 1 second, gentlemen. Hold on 1 second.
Here he goes.
Hold on a sec. Hold on a sec.
Whoa. Don't get us copyrighted shit.
Hey. Turn it off.
T-Bone, that copyright law.
Get that man.
Producer, mute his feed before they take
this
the
is
show
much
down.
more than 7 seconds, and this is not transformative.
Okay, we had to mute the feed. We don't have the copyright agreement or anything. Craig trying to get us taken off the air.
Craig.
Yeah. T-Bone's gonna have to represent the other side.
Craig trying to get us taken off the air.
What you talking about, man? We're the champions. I can't celebrate my team, man.
You sing it yourself. Don't play the product.
Yeah, no. I had to play the product. I had to, man. I had
to. Dude, that's Queen. That is British law.
It's a great song when you're the champion. It's a great song to play when you're the champion. And you know how we got there? We went straight to those Battlehawks. That was just a beautiful thing. But nevertheless, I don't really I'm like Jackson. I don't get excited about the UFL. I really don't. I have to keep up with it.
The only championship
I have to keep up with it through y'all because that's the only time y'all can really celebrate some football, in St. Louis. So it's people like T-Bone got to go to other cities to get teams because he can't. It's nothing to root for. It's nothing to root for in St. Louis right now. So it's like, it is what it is.
Really tough.
So hey, but I don't get too excited about it. But I think that these defenders may repeat because they looked damn good last year. And them last couple of games they look really dominant out there on the field. So I don't know, but I'm sure y'all to keep me updated. Like every time we lost the game, I heard from the crew. But anytime we was winning, Jackson, it was kind of silent around town. Didn't hear nothing from nobody. When we were winning. But every time we take a loss, I hear from the crew.
If we're telling the truth here, Jackson, win or a loss, Craig really didn't give a damn. Like
until we won the championship, then I had to rub it in.
And you're the biggest fan all year. Yeah, you guys are the biggest fan all year. I get it. I get that. Yeah, this is not my thing, but I do college football. That's like my favorite thing. So I'm a huge college football guy.
Yeah. But real quick, Jackson, we heard you mention that there was a love for the NBA. I just want to ask. We asked Larry Hughes last month, who was an actual teammate of this guy, but LeBron James just breaking the record for all-time games played, just breaking the record for all-time field goals made, having the scoring record, in year 23 at 41, and then in the last couple of games, this guy is still throwing down full
Crazy.
force tomahawk. 21.
He's throwing down more than Stanton's internet right now.
All I heard was
Look at
LeBron was
that
throwing it
face.
down.
Somebody screenshot that face. Come on, I hope somebody got it. I hope that's okay. We'll go back and get that one.
Ooh, Lord. Hey, somebody go back to one of our shows and screenshot T-Bone's face when the 49ers won the Super Bowl. Oh, I'm
It
sorry.
looks like this.
But just do you have any comments on the dominance of LeBron James at this point in his career?
I'm really glad you asked that, Stan, because I've talked about my age a couple times in the show. When I first, there's a picture of me at my older brother's prom. My brother's 10 years older than me, so I was 8, he was 18, and I have in my hand, my little 8-year-old hand, or maybe it was a jersey, one of the two. It was a LeBron James basketball or a LeBron James jersey, and I had that with me when I was 8, and so I've been watching LeBron James dominate the NBA my entire life. Like, you really start remembering things around 6 or 7, 2003, 2004, when we started. That's when I started to care about sports, and he was the best player. And we move on to, I'm now 28 and he's still the best player. It's crazy. It's crazy. That's the thing. People, if we want to talk about certain people, other people, like LeBron's legacy, the longevity is a part of the legacy. It's a huge part of the legacy to be this consistent, to be this good for as long as he is, to be not only an incredible player on the court, but a real role model and family man off the court. I think he's everything that's awesome about American athletics. He's such a story coming from nothing, single mother, and being the biggest brand in sports across the world, being the most recognizable guy in sports is so awesome. I find myself in awe of him every single game. Every single time I get to see him play is a real treat. And I think people are really gonna, how it is, the LeBron haters. That happens now. In 10 years, when he's not playing anymore, those people won't be saying, "Oh, I used to hate LeBron." They'll say he's a legend. They'll always speak about him in positive lights. So I'm happy to be a guy who's spoken about him in positive lights his entire career.
It's definitely kind of it'll be like the Kobe effect, because I will avidly say, while Kobe was playing, oh, I hated him. Hated him thusly. But as soon as he retired, it's that's a major piece of the league. One, that's a major piece of my childhood and life in general, just gone from the league. So it was very strange. And then speaking of LeBron, I've never mentioned this on the show, but I actually have a signed LeBron James poster from within his first 5 years.
Wow.
Now, it was signed by one of my mother's coworkers, and I found that out later, but it's a signed poster nonetheless. Okay?
It's signed. Someone signed it. It says LeBron James.
Somebody signed it.
Yeah.
That's what it says. After looking at his signature, I was like, okay, I don't, maybe he worked on his signature at this. This just ain't it. But, it was the thought that counts. There are these tweets that go around every so often when LeBron has a great game. It'll be like, guys, my grandmother or my mom or my aunt, my sister, my cousin just woke up from a 15-year coma. And someone quotes it and says, let them know LeBron James is still doing it.
Yeah, for real. Yeah.
For sure.
What Jackson said just made me think of something. In the past 40 years, has the most known, most popular, I don't want to say popular because popular is that varies, but most known athlete in the past 40 years, has it just been a basketball player? If you think about it, we've gone from if you think long time ago, the most famous athlete in the world used to be the boxer, the heavyweight boxing champion. And then you've evolved. And I feel like over the past 40 years, most known athlete has basically
been a basketball player.
Yeah, in America.
I guess within 40. If you 40. But if you take that number down and you talk about football, am I saying that right? Soccer.
Yes, football.
It's football.
True.
If you talk about soccer, American soccer, international football, I think those players are
Yeah.
more world famous than our NBA players. Not the legends
So the
of,
NBA,
not the Dream Team guys, not the Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Not that era, but if you come closer to if you go from like to 2010, I think 2010 to now, the last, what's that, 16 years? What's that? You know what I'm saying? 2016.
Probably like the Ronaldos, the Messis,
I think
the only
those
thing
guys.
about that though
the
is that
Neymars.
with basketball, if you go back to that Dream Team, over the world since the Dream Team, basketball has exploded a lot more than it had been previous to that. So the same way that some of those soccer players are known here, I think that has penetrated over to Europe and other countries as well, as far as basketball with our players.
Yeah, I think internationally it's still like, I don't know, like grown men will see Messi and like wet themselves. Like it is like they storm the. No, I'm telling you, like he has his own security guy whose only job is to keep people off the field so they don't run up.
His
and,
own security, Craig. Did you hear that? Like I've seen the video
on the field. Like it's like most guys would have security off, and he has a lot off the field. But like a guy stands on the sideline so that people will come up and like it. When he returned to Argentina after they won the World Cup, it looked like I mean, it was the craziest thing. It looked like a god had finally like shown up, and it was crazy. So I think in America, it's been Michael Jordan, LeBron, maybe Tom Brady, but internationally, I think Ronaldo or Messi, especially Messi.
Yeah, one of those football players.
How crazy is it that Messi could probably go into a Publix in Miami and very few people would just be like, "Hey, isn't that the?" I gotta
maybe not Miami, but like Nebraska. If you went to like Omaha and it was just like walking around there, he'd probably be chilling.
Miami's different. Miami's they were probably,
Miami.
They chased him down in Miami.
When he first came, I don't know. When he first came, I don't think that it was not saying that he wasn't popular, but you know what I mean.
Like came to Miami, that was news everywhere.
Huh?
Like when he first came to Miami, that was news everywhere. So I know Miami newscasts was talking about it, billboards, newspaper stuff. Now, when you see him, you'll just be like, like you might look and then do a double take. You're like, isn't that like something like that? But I feel like he was known enough.
Jack, can we go back to basketball for a hot second? I want to know your take on the state of the game in the NBA. Sure. The non-refereeing of this game, the blatant traveling in this game today. It's like you can take 20 steps with a basketball in your hand without dribbling.
It's a hezzy Euro jab step, Craig. That is what it's called. A hezzy Euro
not hip on
jab.
The gather. You're not high on the gather stuff.
It's like is carrying even a foul a call anymore? They don't call carrying anymore. It's like
they don't call 3 seconds anymore either.
Everybody carries the
really
ball. Now. Everybody. It's not like some of the players. Every last player on the court carries the ball now. It's like crazy.
Yeah.
And I think it's all.
They're preparing for the dunk.
I'll let you go, Jackson.
I hear you. Trust me. I'll be honest, being on radio, being like a big NBA guy in a city like St. Louis doesn't have an NBA team. I hear this stuff all the time, and I get it. I totally get it. Like my dad, basketball guy, high school coach his whole life. We'll watch games. He'd be like, "Yep, that when I was playing, that would be called a carry. That'd be called a travel." And I get it. And they're getting a little too loose with the rules in terms of like the gather step thing, which is really just buying them another step. And guys really manipulate that more so than ever, where it's like, if I don't pick up this dribble that I'm clearly picking up right now, but I don't put two hands on it, then they can't call me for a travel. And it's like, okay, but that's not in the nature of the game. So I'm not a big fan of that. But I also think like the thing, like I'll watch games. You can watch any NBA game and see a play. And you can say it's clean or not, but like you'll see a play where like, oh my God, I didn't know you could actually do that on a basketball court. Like guys are pulling out moves that I didn't even know were possible. And sure, they might be getting a little carried away, no pun intended. But like I watch Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who I know catches a lot of stuff for the foul baiting stuff and the kind of flopping and the way he goes about it. I'm just so impressed with his game, man. It's so smooth to me. He loves the mid range, which I always respect. He's got such incredible body control. Like when he goes up and gets hit, like he has still the ability to finish, and he's got those long arms that he uses to his advantage. So while yes, the game is ever evolving and maybe evolving for the worse in terms of like basketball purism, I do think there's a really cool element, like a silver lining to that, where we're seeing so many unique things night in, night out. Bam Adebayo's 83-point game not included in that.
Oh, you don't give Bam his.
I give Bam all the credit. I give Bam all the
Okay.
credit. Anyone who has a complaint about that should go to one place and one place only. And I don't, Craig. I don't know. I know you're a Commanders fan.
I'm a Wizards diehard, so I'm going to hell. Where am I going? To hell in a handbasket? Where am I going, Jackson?
The blame goes
there.
on solely on the
right
Washington
there.
Wizards for allowing Bam Adebayo to score 83 points in the
Jackson?
basketball game.
Jackson's still reading the chat.
I am so you don't understand.
Craig, you're not alone.
I didn't even know this. I didn't even know this was happening. So I get a text message from my son. He's like, Dad, he scored 83 points. I'm like, who scored 83 points? Bam Adebayo. I said, who? Bam Adebayo.
All-star since COVID.
He scored what? On
the
who?
Flintstones?
He didn't tell me the team, though. You got to understand, he still having me lingering. I didn't even know it was the Wizards. I went because last time, I don't care. I don't watch. You know what's so terrible? I have YouTube TV. YouTube doesn't even carry monumental sports. I can't even watch the Wizards home games right now. It's so garbage. They are testing me my sanity with being a Wizards fan right now. You don't understand the pain that I go through with this franchise. But nevertheless, 83 points from Bam Adebayo. I mean, I'll say this. The first quarter, the first two quarters, the first three quarters, he deserved. I'll give him the first 3 quarters. He deserved everything he got the first 3 quarters.
Just the first quarter.
Just the first quarter?
No, if we're looking at stats, he was 10 of 15 from the field in the first quarter. Second quarter, goose egg, all free throws.
But they kept fouling him. No, they kept fouling him. It was like
they didn't want to guard him.
Look, when it's SGA, we call it foul baiting. When it's Bam Adebayo, we call it 83 points clean. I don't get it. I don't get it. I do not get it. Is it because SGA won a championship and MVP? Is that what it is? Are we just hating on SGA? Is it because Bam Adebayo hasn't been an all-star since COVID? Is that what this is? Are we feeling pity for the guy? And we're
not talking about an award. We're talking about something that he did.
Yeah, that's the thing
against a team that didn't do what they were supposed to do.
The Wizards play 82. They play 82 times a year, and any player on any of those teams, those 82 times, has the opportunity to score that many points, and they didn't. And the Wizards watched him cook them, absolutely bury them in the first quarter. They're like, no double.
After watching that game, I seriously think that my old 54-year-old ass can go on the courts with the Washington Wizards and get a bucket. I don't give a damn. I don't care. 100%. I don't care. Leave my old. I can luck up and throw something off the backboard and get me a bucket against these damn Wizards. They piss me off so much.
Defense against Bam. That's the question. That's the real question.
There was no defense. They turned into beat a Bam. That's the new form of hack a Shaq. Beat a Bam.
Because unless he's going to go play defense for him, it doesn't matter. He scored the points.
Now, the fourth quarter was garbage. I agree with that. The fourth quarter was garbage. The way they were fouling at the end of the game. You up 20-some points to get him the record. That was kind of garbage to me. But nevertheless,
he got the record with 1 minute and 10 seconds.
That was garbage.
70 seconds. Man.
Who let him do it?
Kobe scored his 81 because he needed to score 81 for them to win.
And in 3 quarters.
No, Kobe, let's be honest.
The damn Heat were up by 20 half the damn game. The Heat were up by 20 half the game. He didn't need to score 83 points.
T-Bone, no.
Hey, look.
No.
Let's keep it honest, all right?
No.
Now, look, I like Kobe as much as everybody else, but let's not pretend like there wasn't other stuff going on for him around that same period of time. All right. Now, look, all I'm saying is if you want to talk about these teams, let's look at these teams. Let's look at that 05-06 Lakers on which Kobe did what he did, and let's look at Bam's team where they are right now. Are these teams at pretty much about the same spot? Yeah. Yeah. They're lower end of the playoff.
One guy had championships, the other guy.
We're not talking about seasons before and seasons after. We're talking about the 05-06 season.
What was that? The year after they lost to Detroit?
Both of these teams, I believe the Lakers were either a 6 seed or an 8 seed that season. The Heat are going to be somewhere around that same range this year. Okay. Look, I just don't understand hating somebody's accomplishments. You can say, well, hey, it's a different era. Okay. But getting angry because he did it, I don't understand. And that Lakers PA person, I mean, that was kind of
how do you not understand it? My
Hey,
team is the worst team in the league, and they gave a non-scoring forward 83 points. What do you mean? Don't be mad. We shouldn't be. I should have. I should.
You should be mad.
And then the next, and then a couple of days later, they tried to go out and fight OKC. I'm like, well, what are you doing? 3 weeks later, you want to fight OKC? You should have been fighting Bam Adebayo in the first quarter. What are you 100%. Doing?
Someone should have punched him in the mouth. Like that would have been impressive. That would have been that would. And
if
I'll say
this
this
would have been the '80s, Charles Barkley or Bill Lambier or Rodman, they'd have broke his legs. What you doing?
Yeah. Someone had to do something.
Ron Artest would have killed that man.
And Craig, that's Hall of Famer Dennis Rodman to you. WWE Hall of Famer.
Two-time Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he would have
WWE
somebody.
And Naismith.
Here's what I'll say about the Wizards, and I don't mean this with. I mean this with all due respect.
Malice.
I mean this with all due respect. You guys have that maybe it's like the center console in your car or like a drawer in your house where you just put random stuff. You might have like some teriyaki sauce. You might have a battery. You don't know if it's been used before. It's got a business card to someone you've never heard of before. Some loose change, parking ticket, and you put it all in one place, whether it's a center console or a drawer. That's the Washington Wizards. They are spare parts.
Hey, Jackson, we try to keep this a family show sometimes around here, but I gotta say what I gotta say. Man, that was fucked up. That's fucked up. Come on now. Come on.
But they've been like that for years.
Come on now. God damn.
Yeah, they've been like
man,
that for years.
Lord.
I hate it. I don't like it. I want the Wizards to be good.
A collection of random condiments in the drawer.
Yeah. Teriyaki and barbecue sauce.
No. He said
plastic fork
are the assortment of takeout napkins that's in the glove compartment.
God damn.
Used a 3/4 used AAA battery from 2007.
Yeah,
that's
it's
3/4.
It's so bad. It's so bad, man. And you know what? About a year or so ago, they were trying to move the team out of DC to Virginia. And you know what? We didn't let them. We didn't let them go. The biggest fucking mistake we made. We should let them go. We should let them go. I don't know why the hell we didn't. I mean, it is. Oh my God, these Wizards.
It's tough. That's the thing. It's like getting Trae Young right now and Anthony Davis right now. That is, that's just bigger bottles of sauce.
Jackson,
you just have bigger bottles of sauce in there now.
All this being said, I'm still a fan.
I respect the hell out of it. If I had an NBA team,
I'm still a fan. No matter what, I'm to the point now they can do whatever on that court, and I'm still going to be a fan of this squad because I'm just a homer. I'm a homer. I love all my home teams, man. So
now, Craig,
it is what it is, man.
I will say after Bam put up 83 on y'all, I concede our normal debate on who's the
I finally win. I finally win. I finally win.
The second best player in their relationship put up 83. I'm just like
he's not even the lead. He's not even the leading scorer on the team. That's what's crazy about it. He's averaging like 18.6 or something, and the dude Norman, I think, is averaging 22 points. He's averaging 22 points a game. How do you? Oh my God!
Yeah,
how did we get here?
You know how it was.
Let it out.
When your girl show up to the game and you ain't know she was coming, you got to show out a little bit. And he's just been cocky ever since. When Luka dropped 60 on them, he was like, I know I know how it feels to be in that mode. Everybody can't drop 80. I was like, what you clear your throat for? You wasn't even raspy before you said that. It's just like, geez. Wilt dropped 100, and I don't know if he was humble. Kobe dropped 81, and the only time we heard about it was in a commercial. That's the only time we heard about it.
For the record, the Jackson called the Washington Wizards that packet of ketchup that's been in your drawer so long that it's turned maroon instead of bright red. And it may
Barbecue
be
sauce now.
very slightly.
Yeah. That's what they've been like that for years now. I feel terrible. They gave Brad Beal all that money. He's the only guy in the NBA besides LeBron with no trade clause. That's how desperate they were to keep him.
We gonna watch.
Where's Brad Beal from? I'm sorry, my bad.
Yeah, we gonna watch
Shaman
that slander on Brad Beal. Shout out to his.
Nah,
mama.
I ain't gonna lie.
Big
I ain't
shout
gonna
out.
lie. Brad Beal,
finest.
he deserved the money he got because a couple seasons before that he was balling out. He did his thing.
For sure.
But I think some of our best times with him and John Wall were at their peak and when they were healthy, they were actually on the court. For the longest time, both of them were injured, or you know what I'm saying? We didn't get a lot of them together on the court because of the injuries all the damn time. So it's been, but before then it was spiraling down. I mean, it is what it is, man. It's
Agent Zero.
1977.
Shout him out.
What
Agent
year was
Zero,
that?
Gilbert Arenas.
1977. No, forget Agent Zero. Wes Unseld was the last person to give me a championship in 1977. And for y'all young bucks, I was in the first goddamn grade. Okay.
All right. Well, I don't know if you guys have noticed. Our super producer has subtly told us to wrap this shit up a couple times because he keeps flashing the last segment of the
morning
show.
Radio, baby. Morning radio. I'm about to be snoozing.
He's been subtly flashing it. So this is the last segment of the show. It is LANK. It simply stands for Let a Naysayer Know. It is what they said Jaden Milroe's shirt meant, but we all know what it really meant. But this is a opportunity for you to speak to your naysayer, whether it be a he, a she, a collective of them, and just let them know, that what they think is happening really isn't happening. Like, for example, Craig would say, let a naysayer know that 83 don't mean a goddamn thing. Like, that would be probably Craig's naysayer moment for today. So something like that. So Jackson, if you know of any opposition rival shows that you would like to let a naysayer know about anything or anyone, the floor is yours.
I'll let them know. Morning radio, you think, boy, I was telling the fellas earlier, 4:30 wake up. Got to get up, do the gig, work all day, grind it out. People think, oh, man, he's too tired, can't do it. I am here on the man cave, 2 hours, baby. I'm getting up at 4:30 tomorrow morning. We're doing the show live at Ballpark Village for opening day tomorrow. I'll be there bright-eyed and bushy-tailed to bring the heat like I do every single day. I'm going to do the day after that. I'm going to get up and bring the heat once again. Monday comes, I'm doing it again. There is no grind in front of me that I can't handle. I chop wood, I carry water, and I whistle while I work.
He finished it up with the.
That was that super hot fire. All right. Does anyone else have a let a naysayer know moment? I ain't got diddly squat.
Well, I can't follow that, but I guess I will because I'm on the screen now. So let's go. But hey. NBA. I know that y'all a little salty because when y'all had the little merger, the NBA, the ABA, there was this team called the Spirit of St. Louis, and y'all were like, we don't really want y'all. And we were like, well, just pay us. And then you wound up having to pay us for a very, 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 very long time. And y'all might be a little salty. So here we are, it's 2026, and you have your board of governors, and you're sitting up there saying, hey, we're going to approve some expansion teams. And y'all been looking at this for a while, but there's one place that y'all hadn't looked. But yeah, look, hey, Seattle. Oh, everybody loves the Seattle Supersonics. Y'all let them retain their rights. Good job, Seattle. Very smart of you to keep your history. But then you say, we're going to give a team. And this reminds me of way back when St. Louis was supposed to get a football team a long time ago. It was a little bit different because we were actually in play back then. This wasn't even it. We weren't in play now. But y'all say, 2 teams. Seattle, obvious choice. Everybody loves the Supersonics. And y'all say, hey, we're going to go to another team. And we're going to go to Las Vegas. Why? What does Vegas have? I mean, besides the slot machines and the casinos, and well, a lot of other stuff that we probably don't even want to talk about here on the Man Cave because everything can't go down here. But NBA, give us a chance. Give us another chance. Look, we can support another team here. We can support an NBA team. Not the Wizards. We don't want the Wizards. But NBA, look.
Well, Pam, a super producer. Well, Pam over.
NBA, give us another team. Give us another chance. And stop being salty about what y'all had to do to get rid of us the first time. Give us our team back. Give us a team. And not the Hawks. We don't want the Hawks either. Keep them.
Craig, you got anything?
No, I don't have nothing. Wizards suck. Thanks, T-Bone. We appreciate you.
I want to be on board. I'd happily take the Wizards, the Hawks, expansion team. You could get. I'll take anybody. If any NBA team wants to play in St. Louis, I'll be your biggest fan.
We need just new ownership and management for the Bulls. So I'm definitely open to it. Like, come on.
Yeah.
St. Louis Bulls sounds pretty nice. It's not that long of a travel.
Yeah.
It's a 4-hour drive. Hell, just lift the stadium up, bring it here too. Anyway, This has been the Man Cave. We've had our lovely guest, Jackson, here with us for today. We're going to let him go so he can get some sleep and be up bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Y'all heard that promo he cut. There's nothing else for me to say. On behalf of Craig Black, T-Bone, Sadal, and Rio in their absence, guys, we are out of here. Jackson, if you could stay back for a quick second via our producer. But yeah, this is the Man Cave where anything can go now. We're out of here.
What you have just experienced was brought to you by Smoooth Productions. Until next time, stay tuned and stay smooth.